Duck is as well.
What?
Duck.
Oh, I thought you said dog, mate.
Dog.
I agree.
Fucking, this is not China, bro.
It was like an AR-15 BB gun, and it was all black and it had the orange end, but obviously me being me, I put black tape around the end of it, right? So I was sitting there with an AR-15 black out and a shotgun. So I had a shotgun on my back. I was actually sandwich.
Welcome back to CerealSmallTalk, episode number 3.
Yes.
And we've got, once again, stars of the show, me and Adam. What can I say? And we've got another guest. We've got Alex, Dalyrust's back. So everyone can get back at the Twitch for him. And we've got another one of the co-founders.
The co-founders?
The
CEO,
yeah,
as you may say, the CEO original.
We've got Kyle Howe here today.
Yeah.
And we'll put his at in, go follow him.
Yeah.
Shit.
All of that.
Yeah.
I'm going to stop you there. Have you got a BB gun?
I do, aye.
Do you actually?
Yeah,
what, kicking about in here?
I've got 2 mates.
Oh, mate, that's a bad thing for town, is that?
Under
If
your,
you've got a
yeah.
BB gun, killing him now.
Yeah, but I'm sitting opposite him here.
I didn't shoot that.
I'm not going to.
I think it's
Does it work?
Yeah,
It's loaded and all, right? So if you want to like...
Does it work?
No, it doesn't. Shoot it on side. Shit.
No, I wouldn't do that. Oh, mate, can I buy this off you?
There's another one, but it's
That one doesn't work.
that one.
Oh,
You
that's
put it back,
cool.
though.
That's
I
cool as hell.
I
That,
spray painted that one, man.
this one?
Yeah.
That's fresh
It
as
was
hell.
blue like that one.
How doesn't it work? Just because I wasn't going to
No,
buy
Just
it?
the mag. There was the mag that it came
Right.
with wasn't right side.
That'd have to be censored, that, you know, because it has no...
Yeah.
It has no
There's no
orange
different
end.
that.
They need an orange end, don't they?
Needs to be a two-tone, doesn't it?
I remember when I was younger, I got pulled for that. I really got arrested for that. Because I had... Do you remember when there was a Subway on Ocean Road?
Yeah.
I went in there, right, and I was like Rambo back in the day. Like, I went in there and I had a big... It was like an AR-15 BB gun. And it was all black and it had the orange end, but obviously me being me, I put black tape around the end of it, right? So I was sitting there with an AR-15 black out and a shotgun. So I had a shotgun on my back. I was asking me sandwich. You know, my pals were outside. But I just thought, you know, it's only a toy gun. 2 coppers coming behind us, and they just hold us like that, and they go, "So what are you doing?" And I went, "Oh, it's only a toy." And I started crying.
Oh no.
My mum and dad walked past. I screamed like nothing else. My mum had to prove that was only a toy, and I was literally sat there, 10, 11 years old, and I was sitting there with a gun on my back, gun on my arm, trying to explain that I'm not a bad person. How can you make that look any better? You know what I mean? But it was just a good time. I love BB guns, mate.
Show us just a toy store.
I promise it's just back.
I remember every time you used to come to mine, I used to bring a different BB gun.
We were like that, weren't we?
Yeah, we scored them
We
all
had
together.
all kleptomaniacs, you know, telling you. Straight out with your back on, setting fires and shit. I remember I told your sister that we had a lighter and some deodorant. I told your sister, trusting that she wouldn't say anything.
Oh, she grassed.
She went straight back to the house, grassed on me, and we got the bollocking of her fucking life. And I looked at her thinking, I thought, I'm never going to trust you again, you absolute dick.
I remember there's one time we were just setting shit alight.
Just full of shit,
There's a piece of paper was set alight and the back door was closed. So I lit it and it started going up. I went, "Kyle, open the back door." It was locked and there was no key in it. So I was like, "What the fuck did I do?" So I was dropped on the wooden floor.
Shit!
Yeah, that was that fucking time when me and you used to have your flint and steel. We used to fucking spark shit.
I've still got that. I found that the other day. Do you know the bracelet I had? The little... just one of them, just a little fire starter. I used to always have little shit like that, man. Little knives and little friggin' throwing knives, bow and arrows and shit.
We made blow pipes.
Mate, they were lethal then,
sick.
you know.
Mate, you remember when you made the proper
The darts, the proper
and
darts.
you made them proper?
I mate, we
They
bought
go through fucking like
glass.
cardboard straight through the shatter glass.
Do you know a fireproof? Well, a fireproof door, like a front. Do you know an old front door? Thick, like a school door, thick school door.
Like
we had that.
Yeah.
So do you know when you walk in my house, how I've got my main door, then that door. We were putting holes in that, and all we did was some it's like PVC piping. It's only about that long, and you put a connector on the end of it, makes it a bit bigger. Wrapped it in tape, and we made these darts. We were just getting like tissue paper or paper, putting a heavy duty nail in it. This nail was about that big, and it weighed a fair bit. Putting that through it, just hot glue inside of it, so it made a little dart.
So it was like stable.
And we were sitting there going, boom.
And
Mate, it would go straight through a fire door, mate.
Straight through.
We were
It's
brutal
mad.
last thing.
You thought I went to Wicks and got
Aye,
everything
mate,
in
we
it?
went to Wicks. Me, you and my dad, didn't we? We sat for a full day, mate.
I made one of them.
No,
Sick,
we made one. I had
really.
one, he had one.
Yeah, I've still got it, I think.
Have you?
Somewhere.
Mate, oh, what a legendary weapon that was.
It was.
Imagine terrorising the park now, man.
Oh,
It's like a little Assassin's Creed weapon.
get some
isn't it?
poison
It's
darts. Aye.
Doomph.
Aye,
Mate,
that's
you definitely kill someone with that, like,
Oh, you could,
100%.
like,
100%.
Us four walking around with them.
Hanging out the car. Bang!
There was one thing where it
Open
was
the
like a
slide door.
disclaimer. I watched a video and it was like you can't. So when you've got your mouth on the fucking end of the pipe, you can't inhale, otherwise they'll fucking.
You just
inhale
get a
out.
dart in the back of your throat,
Yeah,
don't you?
yeah, so
That'd
you
be
gotta go.
brutal, that. Brutal.
It's
Mate, there was
mad.
good times that I miss doing stuff like that.
It was so good.
Because if you do anything like that now,
Yeah,
Exactly.
if
Yeah,
I'm
it was
walking
like
about
you
with a
fucking-
blowtorch or a friggin' a
BB.
BB gun, something like that, someone's gonna
even
say
if you like
something.
go make a den, someone's gonna be like, where the fuck grew up? You know what I mean? The much
I know.
like how much I'd love to do like a manhunt in Redhead or something.
I was seeing
one
this
of the big
before,
parks.
wasn't it?
That'll be
Just
fun.
get like
Yeah.
everyone out again. Just do a big session
Everyone.
of
We used to
manhunt.
get like 25 people out and that, and it'd be go on. I remember we'd done one at the Wreck every day.
That
At
was fun as
So
fuck.
good.
Every Friday or something, everyone would be, oh, play manhunt tonight. Everyone would go to the park.
It
And
was
one
good,
game
wasn't
would be an hour, 2 hours or something. You know what I mean?
You'd end up getting lost at
Yeah.
10:30 in the night. You're just sitting there hoping that someone finds you, and it's like,
Probably
oh
home.
shit.
Everyone just hide in the bushes. Like, one person walks out and you see someone is on. Like,
Yeah.
Hanging up dead. What was it? Dead Man's
Dead Man's
Waters.
Wall.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Fucking
yes.
hell, I remember
Right.
that.
because if someone
Dead
comes
Man's
at one
Wall.
end, there's only one way you can go in. Just trap you in.
You're either gonna fall a fucking 20-foot drop, or you're gonna get round this
I
spiky
remember
fence.
Oh, the
Someone
reels
that fell
made
off
that
that, you
horrible.
know.
Then.
I remember someone fucking like I was with someone and the kid went flying off the side of that.
We nearly did, didn't we?
Yeah, because
It
it's
was
like them reels.
Wait, I swear you were there.
I might.
You
When
were
some
also
cunt
right,
fucking
yeah, we
fell
did,
off.
yeah.
Was it not Robert?
Oh, I fucking was. Was him. We'll have to blur the name, but it
Yeah.
it
I
was.
remember I went. You know, I will blur the name.
Because he was on the little, like, there was a little branch thing hanging out and he was holding onto it and I was like, no, you're going to fucking fall. And he just dropped. And we were like, fuck.
There's a bear.
We're getting
guys.
invaded, boys.
It's alright, boys.
I remember I went
We're
with.
packing.
I went with. Yeah, we were in like year 6. We bought a sub reach. We went and got on what's it called, Crow's Nest. And
Was
like
it?
You know, Cruzy, like the middle mountain in between.
Oh, yeah.
And everything. We sat on there on the edge, and he stood up and slipped, and he fell to the bottom of it, and like scratched all his arm.
Oh,
and
I remember that.
And he ran home.
That was
He
fucked.
ran home crying.
We spent I'd say a good 8% of our childhood in the rat.
We used to make swings and stuff. Like
Swings, fires,
Climb
dens, all
trees and
sorts.
Like back in the day, do you know Mowbray Park?
Aye.
Me and my grandma lives literally opposite it, so it was you could just step out and you're there. Me and my cousin, we used to make dens and stuff, and like days it'd be pissing down, so it would be muddy as fuck, and we'd build a den right, and it would be so good, and my grandma would just shout out, "Boys, your dinner's ready!" Right, and she'd give her a little a gift package, right?
Best
like
feeling
all
ever,
stuff,
innit?
and we'd go out and we'd eat it in the camp, and it was so fun. It was like, what I do.
It's like nice and cozy inside. Isn't it?
Yeah, you're like,
That's
we
so
built
fucking
this.
sick.
There's some bloke I used to work with, and he does all the wild camping.
Yeah,
And like, if you have the balls to do it, mate, go for it.
yeah.
But what he goes out and like he'll park somewhere and he'll hike for like 3-4 days at a time.
Fucking hell.
He's got his backpack on, just a hiking backpack. All he's got in this hiking backpack is a bit of paracord, so it'll go from one tree to another, and a tarp that goes over the top of it.
Yeah.
You're sleeping on the floor, but like obviously in the elements. But all you've got over here is this little roof. Man, he was showing us the pictures and like the places that you see, and like the experiences that you have. Like he was sitting and there was just a family of foxes just like come up to him, just kind of chilling around him. He's having his fire. He's just chilling with his pal, mate. And just imagine, like, I know it's more something you do when you're younger, but if you had the balls to do it now, it would be so fun.
I'd
wouldn't
definitely
it?
do it, mate. I think we'd
100%.
definitely be clued up.
I
I think
think.
we could do it.
Do you think, right? Do you think on that topic, if we were, say, not in an apocalypse, but say if I Am Legend, something like that.
Yeah.
You were the last ones. You look out this
Armageddon.
door now. There's no one else here.
Yeah.
Would you have a good chance?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, 100%.
I'd say I've watched enough Bear Grylls.
Yeah, I was
we
gonna
watched
say,
enough Bear
yeah.
Grylls to be clued up the fuck
Yeah.
what to do. Yes, and we sat and watched it every single day,
that's
and it was a
That's
boy.
quality,
Like
that.
4 episodes back to back.
That's it. We would definitely be clued up. Like, I think
Song, like,
you know how to. Obviously, you'd still have water because you've got the house.
yeah.
Like, you'd have water for a
Exactly.
fair while
Yeah.
of
There'd be
time.
reserves and
Oh, 100%, 100%.
Start filling
And
like
I know how to
tanks
fucking
up with
boil
water and
water to
Aye,
get it to
just to
cleanse
filter it out,
Yeah.
aye.
Yeah.
But I think we'd definitely be clued up.
Oh, aye.
The only thing that I don't think I could do myself was hunt my own food.
Yeah,
No,
I
that's
could.
I think I could when it came down to it, but at the same time, some little rabbit sitting there,
You
sitting
wouldn't
there with
wanna
like a
fucking kill it.
I'd be
blowpipe
like,
or
no, that's
something.
my tea, bro.
Yeah, true.
It depends.
Because if you think about it, you're the last one, so everyone else is not going to be killing rabbits.
Yeah,
If anything, the population of them is going to go up, so you can kill more. You
that's
get some deer. Imagine a deer.
there'll be
face.
deer just roaming about the streets with
Yeah,
it.
love fucking
It's the patience
venison.
having a
Like,
kid,
I had
isn't
venison.
it?
Venison's
yeah.
a lush.
Lush.
Venison's
Dog
a
is
lush.
as well.
What?
Duck.
Oh, I thought you said dog, mate.
Dog.
I agree.
Fucking, this is not China, bro. I've killed chonky. You know,
Saying that, right? Worst comes to worst.
Worst.
Worst comes to worst, and you're sitting there, right? You are starving.
Yeah.
Your
Yeah.
dog,
Hunger
Oh
bars
fuck!
right now.
If you're hungry,
Little
if you're
Toby's running
hungry,
around.
let's go.
little Toby's running around looking tasty. I think, you know what?
You kind of have to, wouldn't you?
You do, you
Yeah.
do,
Sorry,
you do.
bro.
It isn't I Am Legend. I'm not going to look after you. I'm looking after myself. You know what I
Eat
mean?
each other.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Would you
100%.
What?
I just
Eat
wait
each
till
other?
Aye.
Like if I was in a room with you for 3 hours.
So now what I'd do
What
do
you-
like hand-to-hand combat, and would do it like, so me versus Kyle, me versus Adam, me versus Alex, and then Alex, and then whoever's last,
Like a fucking-
the
like-
person who last is just dies. And then
Uh,
that's the way
Gets
I-
eaten. Gets eaten.
Yeah, so it's just fucking.
It's just every man for themselves.
What,
innit?
would you actually fucking eat like a human,
Yes,
like human
if I
meat
had to.
if you had to?
Yeah.
No
No, you
hesitation.
thought about it.
No
isn't it?
hesitation.
I'll
Far
make
harder.
someone's ass cheek.
Yeah, exactly, mate. It's just straight
Really?
meat,
Exactly.
protein,
When
mate.
you're at
Oh,
the best
yeah.
of the human would be like
A breast.
a breast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A female
Yeah.
breast or like
A breast or like like
Either or.
your thigh or something.
Yeah, like your
A
thigh.
thigh.
Yeah.
Imagine getting a fucking someone's thigh and you pretend it's fucking chicken leg.
You couldn't though,
Oh,
could you?
spice.
You couldn't, did you?
Yeah.
If someone's
But
foot
that's
just
someone's
hanging there and you're just holding onto it, munching.
I've seen the
Yeah.
fucking dead toenails and that.
Oh,
no.
Oh, that'd be brutal. That
Even
would be
cutting the
disgusting.
person up to start with would be fucked.
That's why I didn't understand
You know
how
what I mean?
Dharma did it. Like kept
Yeah.
freezers and
Yeah.
shit. Fucking weird as
He,
fuck.
mate, like, I don't understand when Dharma came out, when it was like obviously on Netflix and all
Yeah.
this. People support him.
Oh yeah.
Now,
Everyone was like,
Aye.
oh, he's so fucking sexy in that.
Yeah,
Oh,
like,
he's
it's-
good
It was like
looking.
Ted Bundy.
People
Yeah.
paid for his glasses. Was it 100 and something grand for his glasses?
There's a guy we were talking about like ghosts and that, and there's a guy called Zach, and he has like I think it's Ted Bundy's glasses in his museum, but he paid like up like
A couple of mil, like close
a
to a mil.
lot, yeah, a lot
Oh,
of money
yeah.
for it. Like it
And
was.
this person's a celebrity for eating people. And that's
Yeah.
like, what the
But
fuck?
I swear when like Bundy was in prison and that lasses was sending him like
All the lasses
like
would.
cards
yeah.
and shit, and they'd have like pictures of
Nudes
themselves
and
with now
shit.
on and that like.
It's like,
Yeah.
it's like giving them targets, isn't it?
You
it's
go to court
weird.
and all the lasses would be Ted, and he'd
know,
be like
yeah.
do his hair and that, and he'd be I'm innocent, and obviously all the lasses are going to believe it.
It's it's society, innit? It's just
Mhm.
fucking. If someone's good looking, you get away with anything.
Exactly.
It's like money,
Exactly.
power. If you've got money, you get away with anything.
Yeah. Speaking of
Speaking of
Jeffrey
Epstein.
bloody Epstein.
Jeffrey Epstein.
Yes. First things first. I want to see his fucking flight list. I want to know who went to his island.
Mate,
So,
I've
have you seen
shit
that bloke
like
that got on his island?
yeah, they went on a boat.
Yes.
And they went up. It was
In-
a little
Are you talking
fucking
about the guy
boat
with the jet ski? The one that we
Yeah, he was on a jet ski.
Yeah, jet
Mate,
ski with his mate.
The amount of security that he has kicking about on his island.
He's not
You
even
cannot
alive
tell
anymore.
me exactly.
Well,
You cannot tell me there is nothing in there that
I
someone
don't
doesn't
think
want
it
to hide, with security at every corner,
Yeah.
cameras at every corner.
Exactly.
You can't say, oh well, there's nothing there to see. Why would you put security there?
I know.
You know what I mean? In the like,
they're roaming the island as well. Like it's not like the stay in
oh,
one
oh,
place.
they don't
They're
just
everywhere.
say,
But then
mate.
they can see them coming, so that you can see them run off. you know?
Ah, that's it. But it's like I remember watching it, like obviously with every Jeffrey Epstein and all that, and he was just like young lasses when he went to court for something that he had all the proof for.
Yeah.
Like there was literally notes, phone calls, everything.
Yeah.
Walks up to the judge, whispers in it, ear, walks out, gets dropped.
Yeah.
Money is power. You know what I mean?
I think it can make someone disappear.
Simply
Like,
what he would say there is,
Yeah.
I'll give you a couple of mil, keep it on the low.
Mm-hmm.
He walks out. Who's stopping him?
Even before when it was all when the whole Jeffrey story was starting, and you know how Maxine, what's her second name, Glasswell.
his missus.
We'll
Yeah.
just call her Maxine.
She was in on it, wasn't she?
Yeah,
Oh,
she was
she-
bringing the kids back
Yeah,
to the
yeah,
house, and it got to about 50 kids, right? And then one of them went to the police about it, because in Florida, I think it was, there's literally Florida, and then there's an island, a custom man-made built island, and there's one entrance off that island, it's just rich people. So one lass went to the police department and went, oh, this has been going on, he's been a sexual
Yeah,
assault,
yeah.
all that. And then they didn't take. They just went, "Oh, what are you on about? Like that doesn't happen around here."
Yeah.
And then 24 more girls got together and all came out, and then it just kept getting silenced.
It does.
It's like,
It
what you on
does. It
about?
just. It was getting pushed under the carpet.
Yeah.
Even now that this big series is out with the evidence all there, all this and all that, I can guarantee they would have had all that from years before this.
Yeah,
Years
definitely.
before.
Yeah.
And it's the fact that is he dead?
Yeah.
Well,
supposedly.
he supposedly hung himself in prison,
Uh-huh.
in his own prison cell. That's what I was just about to
And
say.
the
Do you
cameras,
think he's dead?
the
No.
cameras were
Yeah, the cameras
conveniently
weren't
working.
working.
The cameras in that specific area weren't working. They had
Yeah.
a backlog or something like that.
Trump was president at the time, and I think Trump,
They were,
from what I think, they
pals,
were
weren't
like
they?
mates. I
Yeah,
feel like
so he had
he's got
something on
something, and if I feel like if Trump didn't like get him fucking knocked off, I
Cooperate.
think he would have been fucked.
He's arrested.
I mean,
now,
he's
isn't
fucked
Trump?
now as well.
Is he?
He's
got, like,
indicted.
he
Yeah,
got,
he's been
I think it was
indicted,
like
yeah.
40 something like cases against him.
It was
For
like fraud and shit.
Fraud, like everything. He got
And it was
apprehended for
tax evasion or something.
That
because
doesn't
he knew it was
surprise
coming
you.
anyways. But
That
it
doesn't
have
surprise
anything
you.
much against him. But
He was a dodgy bloke from day one, and we knew that.
Exactly.
Everyone knew that.
But like that, back to Epstein, that's how like his whole thing worked for so long, because he'd get so many like high-ranking individuals into a compromising like space.
Yeah.
So he's blackmail. So if you don't do this, I'm gonna tell
He's
everyone
got
you fucking
Yeah.
shagged this 40
He's got
year
you.
old.
He's got you.
Yeah.
Regardless.
And he would have had people on the island taking photos of fucking so and so with her.
Yeah.
So then,
Even if it doesn't look like that, even if you're just walking past a person, say
Yeah.
you're walking past a 14, 15-year-old girl, if you catch that picture at the right time, you could say anything about
exactly.
that. Do you know what I
There's
mean?
nothing you can do.
And I know a lot of people say, oh, this person was related to Jeffrey Epstein, this person was in on it.
Yeah.
You don't know for sure, do you?
No.
But there is some evidence out there where celebrities, I won't name celebrities, but some big celebrities,
It's too
They've
much of
been-
a long list.
exactly, they've been caught red-handed.
Yeah.
And it's, how are they still kicking about?
Yeah, exactly.
I think we spoke about before. Do you know the Island Boys?
Mm-hmm.
Apparently they
were
with Epstein.
Jeffrey Epstein's fucking
They've been
kids.
on his island.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's why the
What the
Island
fuck?
Boys.
And have you seen the video?
Yeah.
I've seen a picture of the
When they were
both
young.
of them when they were young.
Yeah.
They made a video. I don't know if it was a TikTok or an Instagram or whatever, or a live. I think it might have been a live Instagram
Yeah.
Oh,
live.
they always live on Instagram.
And they literally said in this live, he's on the island getting massages up in heaven.
The fuck?
You know what happened.
Like that's the words that they said. He's
Yeah.
getting massages up in heaven. He always knew what he was doing, all this and that. And it's like you're ratting him out, but they have to have been on it. They have to have been
I
in
think
on
there
it.
was like
Exactly.
a picture of like both of them standing side by side him on the island somewhere. There's
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
Like
But to
It's
be
mad,
fair, when you
like-
look at them two kids, there has to be something kicking about.
Something
Like,
they're
there's
tired.
got to be
Yeah.
something
Yeah.
The
screws
tattoos on
loose.
there as well, man.
Aye.
The tattoos on the faces.
Mate, a
they're
couple of
just-
nuts loose, like.
Have you
Yeah.
seen the supposed flight list for it?
Yeah.
Aye.
It's like really
fucking-
like
It's literally
famous-
every
Come-
celebrity. Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah, Bill
and
Clinton,
Obama.
Hillary Clinton,
Uh-huh.
Robert Downey
Obama,
Jr.
Michelle.
Try and
Obama.
find the flight
Aye,
list.
I'll find
and
it.
we'll see it.
I don't know if I believe everyone on there, but like
No.
I don't believe everyone on there.
Bill
No.
Clinton's one.
But
of
saying
them.
that, you don't know,
'Cause
because
there
we
was-
don't know these people
Do you
personally.
know
the
Tom
DiCaprio
Hanks?
as
well. Yeah.
He was on it, and I didn't believe.
No,
I
I
don't
didn't
believe.
Yeah, but you
that.
don't know Tom Hanks personally.
Exactly. That's
So
what I mean.
it's-
Yeah.
It's hard to say.
If there's any clips on there, show some clips, and obviously we'll catch it.
Actors are actors.
Hey, that's
Yeah.
that
I was just
one.
about to say, like,
You know what I mean?
can fake anything.
The act.
Yeah.
That's their.
Have you seen
person,
what
like-
happened? You know the guy who plays the Flash. He's called
Ezra
Ezra Miller.
Right. You
Right.
seen his last time, right?
He fucking.
He was nearly getting arrested, wasn't
He did. He's got an arrest warrant, right, in like loads of states, because it was this like lass, Greta Thunberg. It was not her, but it was a
Yeah.
lass like in like one of them type of younger
yeah.
lasses,
Mhm.
Yeah.
and he'd like groomed her, and they were meeting, and
He's still got a fucking movie as well
yeah,
coming out though.
yeah, I'll get that like.
Stupid.
But he like took her everywhere, Disneyland, this, that, and the other. And he literally was off his face. It was like a drug bender for months, right?
Yeah.
And like made his own cult, like a fucking weird
What the
cult.
fuck?
And they wear makeup.
Yeah.
And they wear white dresses.
He was causing havoc though,
Yeah,
wasn't he?
yeah.
Like, I remember hearing like, obviously someone made a podcast or something about it, and he literally caused havoc.
Yeah.
Like him and someone else, him and 3 other people I think got arrested, did they?
Aye.
And when they got arrested, it was for some for a person of him.
Shitty
He's a childhood kind of figure. He plays a superhero. Everyone looks up to him,
Exactly.
and he's out doing. I can't
Shit.
remember what he did, but it was something to think like, what are you doing?
Nah, like why are you throwing it away?
Exactly.
And then
exactly.
and then with the movie coming out as well, the diet, because it wasn't like a national like indictment, it was for a state. So if he goes in that state, he'd get arrested. So he still done the movie, and like he didn't do any, he wasn't answering any questions about the film, no photos, nothing. You know, on the red carpet when they all go through, he didn't even go through that. He went the back door to watch the premiere and left. And obviously he wasn't answering any questions, and it was like, but he's still done the movie. Like, how's that work?
Yeah,
I just don't understand where he's getting the fuck.
Yeah.
I mean, the movie looks fucking good.
Exactly,
It's out
but
now,
why
is
would
it?
they like fucking promote that almost?
See,
Like,
I've never been a fan of Flash, though. I'll be honest with you.
I watched
I've
the
always been a
series.
fan of the
Yeah,
Flash.
I
I've
like
read all the
Flash.
comics.
You know
you
why,
were a big fan, weren't you?
It was fucking.
Me and Adam Oliver, shout out Adam.
Clunk. Have you seen?
It's
You've seen the new Spider-Man, haven't you?
Oh, it's
Have you?
fucking brilliant.
I've seen it.
It made.
Have you
I
seen
went.
it?
Yes.
I'm the only one.
Well, no. I'll say yes, but I'll say no.
Yeah.
I went to go and see it, and it was on a Friday night. Obviously, I got back from work.
Yeah.
I went to my lass and went, shall we go to the cinemas? Mate, I sat down, watched the intro, fell asleep.
Oh no.
Really?
She woke us up midway,
Oh,
and obviously I won't say anything, you haven't seen it. She woke us up midway, I sat up for 5 minutes eating popcorn and went straight back to sleep.
Oh.
But I've seen loads of videos on it, TikTok, Instagram, all that, and it looks like such a good film.
Mate, it's
I
so
wish I sat up and watched
so
it.
fucking banging.
But I feel like if I go see it again now, it's just not going to hit as much. Because
yeah.
I've seen snippets, you know
That's
what I
'cause
mean?
you know what's coming
That's
from.
it, yeah.
Yeah, it is
But
a
I-
banging film. Like.
Well, I can see it sometimes soon, like, if you
I
haven't seen it, we'll have to.
Why don't we all go see
But
it?
it was like
Ah.
what he was saying. Remember when we wanted to watch the first Spider-Man?
Yes.
And half
What a leave, yes.
Who was it? Was it you
It
and
was me,
Kieran?
Kieran and me.
yes, we had to leave, because we had to get the
metro.
metro. Mate, we picked this such a stupid time, because we had to get the metro back.
It was like 11, and we're like, we've got to decide if we're
Yeah.
leaving or not.
Well, the last metro was at what, 11:15?
How did you even get home?
I think me and Adam made the last metro like as it was leaving.
Yeah.
Like, we opened the doors and went on.
See, if I knew that, I would have stayed.
I would have stayed.
But like,
as well.
I think
The first one was mint. I think the first one was
Yeah.
better than the second.
Yeah, before I go and say it, I want to watch the first one.
Yeah.
I might have said that in the last
The
podcast,
cliffhanger.
but-
Oh, do you know what it is though?
Shit one.
I've got like a dodgy box thing, like where I can watch
Yeah.
all the movies, and
Yeah.
it says Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse Part 1, so I fucking got spoiled before I even went. I was gutted, man.
That's so
My
shit.
lass was like, "What the fuck? I've just
Yeah.
paid for that." And it's
You've
not
just
even
paid for it and it's
uh,
just killed it before you even started it.
It's gonna be a fucking good second part though. Like the
It leaves
first
you such a
film,
cliffhanger.
just the visuals though. The visuals in that film are fucking brilliant.
It's like even the audio, the metro booming.
Oh,
Fucking
the soundtrack.
he made
that,
it.
you know.
Is the
Yeah.
oh yes.
Have you seen some of the Spider-Men that have, like, obviously they've been created in the past,
Oh,
the comic versions, and how twisted some of them really are?
yeah.
Oh,
Have you
I've
seen
that shit,
some-
It's
yeah.
like the Joker Spider-Man.
Yeah,
that kills
mate, there was
everyone.
one, and I seen it, it was yesterday or something, and instead of webs, he swings by veins. His veins, mate.
What the
And
fuck?
it's just him going like that, and it's just blood pissing out.
Oh.
It's his veins, and he's just swinging.
lush.
And it's like,
Oh, that's mad.
there has to be some background on that. Do you not
Yeah,
think? Like,
exactly.
you can't just think, right,
Exactly.
that's the way it's going to go. There has to be something
Like
weird
yeah,
about
yeah.
it. You know? Because there's like the Batmans as well. Batmans are the same. There's like the zombie Batman and the ghost Batman. and that.
Yeah.
Have you seen that?
I do like.
That ghost Batman?
No.
Mate, it's an anime, I'm sure it is.
Oh, I think I know what you're on about.
It's like Batman's shadow or something like that.
Yeah, Batman,
is
that's what it's called.
The
Batman.
creepiest thing
Yeah.
you'll ever
It's
watch.
fucked
Oh,
up.
I'll have a look.
It's just,
See something?
it's like the bad spirit of Batman. It's
Yeah, yeah.
weird, like,
And there's
really
one
weird.
where the Joker and the Batman come together, and it's like, I was saying it when Adam was here, Adam Oliver.
He's all into that.
Yeah,
like.
exactly. He would be thriving right now. Would it was like the evil Batman or something. It
He'd
was,
be a good guest to get on.
He would.
Yeah, definitely.
He's a good lad to speak to us, especially
is.
about
He's sound as
Marvel,
hell, man.
Any
comics,
like
all that.
series or comics and shit.
Exactly.
He's shit hot on it, like, he's shit hot on it.
Definitely a clunk
Uh,
on it.
Oh, like,
I haven't seen him in a
I
while.
haven't seen
Nah,
it
me
in
neither.
fucking ages, like.
last time I seen him, we were in town.
Good day, that. Good day.
It was.
We need to do more little things like that.
I know, get out more often. Exactly.
I'm so game to go to the cinema again though if he's on.
Oh,
I'll watch
I
it
will
again.
Next
mate.
time I'll watch that again.
Yeah.
how you'll have to come up my way and we're going down there.
Oh,
The VIP one up there, mate, it's
Oh,
lovely
yeah.
because you get your nice big
I
sofa.
want to
and
get a
all.
bit.
Yeah, yeah, mate.
Oh,
Oh,
put some
go
Because,
watch.
Like, I watched it when I watched it the other day. I was like, I wish I was. in
Yeah.
there.
yeah.
I
I
agree.
was.
As soon as the music and the intro started, you're like, fuck hell.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just zonk. Like this. I'm watching, I was like,
Oh, you had your like little
fuck.
lean thing.
I got me little. You know, like an
How
was the pen?
Shit.
Was it? See, I've had some people saying that were really good. Some people were saying that they were really shit.
Yeah.
Here you got a bad one.
I think
Oh,
I got the
oh,
bad orange one.
Did you?
cracked at the top.
You
and
got a
that.
good one, didn't you?
I got a good one, and
Aye.
then towards the end it went bad.
A couple of other people got a good one, and then a couple of people got really shit ones.
The run time was okay.
Ah, yeah,
Bit
it
hit on
was.
this, like, because you could talk if I like do
Was
a
that,
blinker.
was that the yellow one?
It was the one that had like all the patterns on the bottom, and then it was
Yes, it was like the tie-dye bottom. Yeah,
I still
yeah.
got them.
I remember
Have
I had that
Yeah,
one.
just
Yeah.
chuck them in the
The
fucking.
what? Oh, right.
I still got that one actually.
Yeah.
Have you?
Yeah, I just haven't smoked it.
Yeah, I see.
Yeah,
it's
there's loads of
just-
shit in mine. Like.
I didn't think it wasn't my cup of tea. Do you not feel like it felt different?
Yeah, a little bit.
It's a bit heady.
Actual,
It is.
Yeah.
It
It gets to it.
There's
Was
a one
this
that
your head
you
a
had.
bit
It
more?
was like it was a green one, man. You took it to the Kendrick
Yeah,
out, and
yeah.
that was perfect the whole way through.
Oh, it was good, wasn't it?
Except
Then it clogged up right
Clogged
at the
up
end.
straight at the
Yeah.
end.
I don't think it was the liquid inside. I think it was
The
just the
vape?
packet. Yeah,
Aye.
definitely. But you'll have it right. If we go back to conspiracy theories,
Yeah, yeah.
do you know that video I was showing you before of the woman, the Ross free,
Oh,
and
the
she put her foot in?
Rothschilds.
If you try and
Yeah.
find that clip, we'll
Yeah.
show. But
You sent it,
literally-
didn't you?
Yeah.
Was it the Rothschild?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So for anyone who doesn't know, the Rothschild family,
I don't think
or
so.
like they run the world. So there's the Roths, like they're Illuminati.
Right.
So then there's a pyramid, and it goes the biggest corporations in the world who own like all the Kellogg's brand and Nestle. Then it goes to the banks.
Yeah.
Then it goes to the food corp. No,
Uh-huh.
it goes to pharmaceutical.
Yeah.
Then it goes to food corps. Then it goes to individual brands
Yeah.
like Crave.
Yeah, yeah.
All that. Then it goes down to the population, and
Uh-huh.
them at the top. He's like the head honcho type of guy.
Yeah.
And do you know how there's some photos as well, and they have these sick twisted parties
This
at
is
3.
the,
But this is the video, and
This
it's
is
some
in
devil
Arizona.
shit.
And this really rich guy, he's a what is it?
He's a Rothschild.
A
fucking
Rothschild.
Just like
That's
really
it.
looking
He
for her.
bought
He's
this ton of
German.
Felicity.
I think he
and
looks like
ended
one of
up
them
his wife,
mole people.
Felicity,
Yeah.
who
Skin
we
walkers.
ran
Yeah.
into.
Can we
Like you
make
can
sure
fucking
this is
shape shift in
Yeah.
that.
We
I
visited
bet you
it.
Go
can.
for tours of this.
He's just constantly
Oh,
got
we
green
did it.
face.
It was
We did a tour.
horrifying.
Why?
They tried to get us in the center of the pyramid, in the
This
center
is
of
it.
the thing, put our foot in the middle, save this thing and make a wish and then sign a contract. And I was like, and we were like, I'm not doing that. And she was like, well, it's
Would you
the
do
only
it?
part of the tour you have
No,
to do.
I'd be
You
out
have
of
to do
there.
the tour.
Signing that
And that's
contract
when we
is
said
literally
we don't
signing your
wanna do
life
the tour
away.
anymore,
Yeah.
we're gonna leave, and she was pissed.
Say Joe
And then
Rogan's
they
face.
said, she goes, this right here is the center of the world.
Damn.
Fuck.
Weird.
Mhm,
Weird.
and- But the
weird.
thing is, like, he bought that whole town,
Mhm.
right? His last was called Talia, I think, or Talia, or something.
Yeah.
And his wife was called Talia.
Just
And
named
he
it
named
after
the
her.
whole city after her. Yeah.
Fucking scary.
He
Yeah.
seems like a weird bloke, but on the
Uh-huh.
top of the skinwalkers, aliens, all that.
Yeah.
Oh,
What's your thoughts?
Yeah, definitely.
What are your
Do you think
thoughts?
skinwalkers exist?
That
100%.
I've watched
Actually,
videos
some
where
slims.
like people will
Creepy on
see
there.
like
Yeah.
they can hear the dog scratching on the door and then
Yeah.
like turns around the dog's lying in bed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like whining at the
There
door.
is some
or
things I
whatever.
feel as though I don't know if it would be as close as saying people,
Mm-hmm.
like the people we know, the people you see on TV, all
Yeah.
that, like P.S. Morgan's a skinwalker, all that.
Exactly.
I don't think.
No, I think he's.
But-
And
dead,
then like you see some of them where I might be edited, but the eyes blink in a weird way, like
Yeah.
reptile eyes.
Yeah, yeah.
But I
Oh,
don't
like
know how.
inside the fucking
Yeah, like
eyelids.
it's
yeah,
just
yeah.
like a reporter behind, and it's like
It's that little glimpse where
Have
you
you
see
not
their
seen
eyes
that one
change.
thing where it's like I don't know where it is. It's somewhere in America, but it's like an underground, and there's got signs up, and it's like the lizard people are fucking
yeah.
working.
Lizard people.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's
I-
weird as fuck, but they're like
I've seen it,
actual,
I've
like
seen it.
legitimate signs from the company, and they're like, oh, the lizards are at work, or construction
Yeah,
going on,
in
and there's like
Denver
lizards.
Airport.
Denver Airport. I'll find it. I'll
Mate,
find it.
he's seen Denver Airport.
No.
Oh my fucking god! Anyone, if you're just gonna say I've just got fucking goosebumps, right?
Weird.
Denver Airport. Find the horse, right? Do you know the Devil's Stallion?
Yeah,
It's
it
got
is.
some
If you were at the
some
Denver
name.
airport
It's
and
got- it's
accidentally
fucked
found a
up,
huge
look.
secret underground bunker, what would you do? So there's this conspiracy theory about how the Denver airport has a giant secret underground bunker for the elites in case a doomsday event happens. This idea comes from the fact that the airport was supposed to be built with a large underground structure, but that part was allegedly destroyed. However, there's hallways in the airport that seem to go nowhere unless there's actually a bunker entrance there. And Denver would be a strategically good place for a bunker as it's virtually impenetrable in a nuclear war due to its high altitude. Plus, there's other weird things
That's
about the
the horse.
airport, like this horse statue that people call Lucifer that literally had its head fall off during its creation, killing the maker. And those really weird paintings which depict doomsday events that are there too. Also, a
It's
lot of
just
people say
slipping in
Obama
front
was
of
there
you.
in
Yeah.
2011 whenever that comet passed really close to Earth, so it's really weird. What do you think? If you
I'll find
were
that
at
other one as well.
But there was a thing, obviously, he said about the underground where they all go, right? If you go on the view, the Eagles, like they have bird's eye view of it, right? The fucking airport, if you look at it, is shaped as a swastika. It's literally shaped as a
Yeah.
swastika.
Oh, right.
There is
100%. You can't deny it. You'll see it.
people that look at that, designers.
Hmm.
When you're designing a building,
You have to get it.
one of your point of views is the bird's eye view of this building.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't look at that and think
It's an airport, and
Especially
you go
it's
over
an
with a
airport,
fucking
isn't it?
plane. Like,
exactly. You're looking 90% of the time when you're at an airport, you're looking at the top of it.
Exactly. Yeah.
You can't look at that and think that looks
I
alright.
know.
There has to be a reason for it.
Exactly.
there's a sign at Denver Airport that says, "Apologies for the noise. It takes really big drills to get to the underworld."
Yeah.
And it's a picture of a fucking lizard.
What's
With a hard hat
What's
on.
the crap of these lizard people? What are they?
They're saying that like lizard people are stealing fucking tools.
That's
and
why
shit.
because
It's
they'll have
weird.
them up, and that'll probably be like secret entrance maybes. So to keep that there without people asking questions, it'll go, sorry, we're being so slow. The
Yeah.
lizard people keep stealing the tools.
Uh,
So it's like,
yeah, I think they have to be kicking about somewhere.
yeah,
They have to be.
I feel like there's just like you gotta think the amount of universes and that
Mhm.
that are like
Yeah.
discovered, and where in this universe, what stops the other universes from having like habitable planets that people just live on?
Crazy to think, like, they said that just in this galaxy alone, there's more stars and planets than grains of sand on the
Grains
Earth.
of sand on
And
this
that's
earth.
just
Yeah.
our
that's
galaxy
fucking mad.
compared
There
to
has-
like the millions of galaxies out
There's
there.
no
no
way
way
we're
it's
asking
just
for.
us.
Nah.
What we're asking for is only one of them planets to
Yeah.
have some sort of creature on it.
What are the chances? In millions of billions of billions of billions.
Exactly. There'll be.
Yeah.
We're
I'd say-
one, so there's got to be at least another.
Exactly. There has to. I don't think it would be in the shape of these green big head.
Oh,
Yeah,
big
like
head
aliens.
aliens.
For all we know, it could just be.
Might be something we
Bacteria.
can't comprehend.
Well,
It
we
could
were made
be.
from
Think
bacteria.
of
weren't we?
think of a new
Yeah.
colour. Think of that. That's what you might. That's
Exactly,
like how you might
yeah.
feel if you look. You can't.
Like, if you didn't know what dinosaurs looked like, if you didn't have fossils to prove it, you couldn't comprehend a T-Rex with tiny little arms and that, could you?
Yeah.
No,
Until
think
you
it's
see it,
massive.
until you see pictures of it, until you see proof of it, your brain wouldn't go, right, this is what a dinosaur looked like.
Yeah.
So for all we know, these people, these beings could, to us, just be a blob.
Yeah. Exactly.
But they could still have structure, they could
Yeah.
be a shape,
Yeah.
but we
They
just
could
can't
look like
comprehend
us.
it.
Like the same bacteria that made us made like other
Could,
planets.
could.
They could just look like us.
There's a lot of things floating about at the minute, and I've seen a lot of things about aliens.
Mhm.
I've seen loads
Like
of
quite
it
recently
as well.
as well.
There is a
Yeah.
lot.
I don't know if you've seen that one on TikTok where it's like, I was going to get into it before, but I didn't want to like interrupt you or but it's like, someone said that aliens are like I know it sounds daft, but time travelers, and they're like us, what we would look like in the future,
Yeah.
because of like nuclear warfare and us having
How
to
would
hide
that
underground.
evolved?
Yeah, like how would adapt to like being underground and like what eyes getting bigger so we can see
Yeah.
better, and then the head.
And then exactly the same as that.
Yeah.
Expanding.
And then
That's
like
where
'cause
you
we're
come
not
from with
seeing
these-
sun, like your skin goes grey.
yeah.
That's it. That's
Because
where
of
you
the-
come from with these lizard people and all
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
Mate.
yeah.
It all connect together.
That's another one as well, right? Which
Scary.
I want your opinions on, right? Obviously, the Earth is billions of years old.
Yeah.
There's been all types of species of like humans. So there was like apothekites or something.
Yeah.
Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah,
Other
yeah,
types
yeah.
of people that were before us. Obviously, there's stuff about giants and stuff, right? Do you think there's some type of ancient being that's like been kicking around for so long and it's managed to survive and it's just hidden and it's not coming out? They're
I think-
hidden really well.
I think like megalodons and the sharks,
Oh,
because
yeah.
you've got to think like, what is it, like 3% of some
5% of the
5% of the
ocean's
ocean's
been
discovered.
been discovered. There's so much more.
Yeah.
Like, there's got to be a fucking big shark kicking
Yeah.
about. Like,
Mate, there is 5%. If you think about 5%,
it's fucking
how much of the ocean we actually have discovered in our in our heads? Even though you say 5%, we've seen a lot of the ocean.
Yeah.
There's more ocean than land.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
Well,
that other 95%, there could be literally anything in that.
Yeah.
There was this thing I seen, obviously anything to do with a cancer cure I take with a grain of salt.
Yeah.
But they reached a new depth that no one had been before, obviously
Yeah.
with pressure, you know.
Yeah.
So they'd reached it, and you know, I think it's called an anglerfish, and it's got the
light.
hook.
Yes.
And it was shaped as one of them, right? And apparently there was some type of bacteria in it that causes cancer spread to like down to 5% from 95 or something.
What the fuck?
But I didn't
It's-
read any more
yeah.
of her.
Yeah,
But
you-
at the same time,
You've got
if
to take
we've
that
not
shit with a
discovered
grain of salt.
anything, maybe they could.
Could.
Might be
Yeah.
fish to
Mate,
cure
could
fucking
be.
Alzheimer's and dementia. and-
100%.
Yeah.
Well, I've seen stuff about like people, because obviously you didn't really know how far the sea goes down. I've seen like conspiracies of like there being like under the seabed, you can actually like reach through it, and
Yeah.
there'd be a complete other sea underneath
Yeah,
it. It's
fuck yeah.
weird to like think about like. It's,
It could be, for all we know, once you get to a certain depth, you could come out in a different world.
Imagine,
you know what I mean?
Imagine
like
like
a
You
port-
get
like a
so
port,
far
yeah.
down.
like what the fuck? It's just this blossom lush land no
That's
one's
it.
ever been.
Logically, when you think about it, you can only go so far down before you come up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
exactly.
Like, if the
Yeah.
Earth's round, say if you're looking at this ball, you can only
Yeah.
go so far down before you come up on this side.
Mhm.
Yeah.
We've only discovered 5%. That means it is a fucking hefty way down.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? What's saying that we're not going to get to the point where it's you're coming up, but you don't know
Yeah.
where you're coming?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's like the saying when you travel north and you get to true north,
Yeah,
Where's no?
you can't go any more north. You go
Exactly.
south.
exactly.
Yeah.
So you're gonna have to come back. You're gonna have to come back up. at some
Exactly.
point.
Like.
Sitting on
Yeah.
that, your giants.
Mhm.
The main proof that we have
Oh,
of
yes,
giants,
yes.
Oh,
Reminded us of something.
giants. Yeah.
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 the pyramids.
Oh, shit.
Yes.
The pyramids.
The hieroglyphics,
You want
right?
to talk about this? don't you?
So bad it's been burned.
And the fucking.
I'm gonna
Fucking
find this.
hieroglyphics, right, on the walls of the pyramids. I think that, you know how there was the big the Sphinx
The Sphinx
people.
guy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think
yeah.
they were like the gods, and that's why they depicted them as bigger people. I think they helped build this is like the pyramids, everything big. So I think I'm gonna go out on a limb and say I definitely believe the
100%.
Egyptians used some type of.
The people in Egypt, they believed in what's called Kemet, the people
Yes.
that existed before the Egyptians.
Yeah.
When we hear these stories about the Great Pyramid being a tomb for the pharaoh, it's worth mentioning that even the locals didn't believe that. The saying that the pyramids were built to be tombs for the pharaohs wasn't even developed until 150 years ago. That's it. They were taught Kemet. And it's worth mentioning that when you go through inside these pyramids of Giza, there's not one single glyph in any of them whatsoever. There was never a mummy found in any Egyptian pyramid ever. Quite literally, the only reason why we are told this stuff is because that was the
told
theory
it.
developed by these
That's
men
it.
that went in
Save
there
that
and
video.
said, I
Let's
believe
send
these
it
must
to
have
us.
been for the pharaohs. That makes sense.
So it's all just one group of people had one theory, and that theory just stuck around.
100%.
So, what he's saying there, right? Someone's taught you the pyramids were for these pharaohs, for these
like a
kings of the time.
Yeah.
The only reason we think that, the only reason you get taught it in school, the only reason it's in books, is because one person said that.
Yeah, exactly. Like that sticks true. Well, we'll not talk about that. But
Yeah. There is no proof of that happening,
Yeah.
but there is proof of everything else that we don't get told.
Exactly.
So, it's like with today's technology, we couldn't replicate the pyramids.
No.
Nah.
We couldn't.
People say it's
Because
aliens
it's like
as well.
true.
Yeah.
It's true.
It's-
And like I
Does
think
not follow. It follows some sort of star line,
lines perfectly aligns, doesn't
Yeah.
it?
but it was used. Apparently, it was used to read the stars.
Yeah.
Why would people that can't even go to the other side of the world
Yeah.
want to be able to read the stars?
No, it doesn't make any fucking sense.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Exactly.
You're like all these Egyptians. Before you can even leave your country, chances are you're gonna die.
Yeah.
You don't have a car. You don't have
Exactly.
yes, you've got boats.
How
That
much
can only
water
get you so
can't
far.
only carry
Exactly.
so much water.
That's what I
and
mean.
food.
So why are they more sussed on being able to read the stars, whatever's out there?
Imagine
Then
what they found out
your
about the
world-
stars.
Mate,
Yeah.
it's
Like
we
all the
like you said,
hieroglyphics, right?
Exactly.
we could not fathom what they would
know.
what they would have knew.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
The shitty
Like-
thing is you'll never know either.
Yep.
Like,
Oh yeah, we'll
Never-
never find
never
out.
ever.
Anyone that says they do know is a liar.
yeah.
Yeah. But
That's
it's
it.
just
We're
them
taught
fucking
differently,
big
though, that's the
rocks.
thing.
It's them big rocks on the pyramid.
Like,
How the fuck
Do you
is
know-
it doesn't make sense how it's
No.
made, does
Do
it?
you know
Like,
the stones from the pyramid
Yeah.
were from a quarry 2,300 miles
yeah,
away?
yeah.
Tell me how they got there.
That we couldn't
Exactly.
even pick one of these rocks,
And
one of these bricks.
Yeah. You
With a
couldn't
crane.
even you couldn't even put it on a log bed and roll it
Yeah.
along.
that's what you used to do. Like,
Uh-huh.
like in the
That's what-
pictures that you see.
that's
in
what they
Tolkien.
said
There was
they
a
did
thing.
anyway.
Do you know the angle of the pyramid?
Yeah.
It has to be the blocks that they were using weighed a certain amount.
Mhm.
If the slope to get the bricks up the pyramid was any more than 10% of an angle,
Yeah.
the blocks would slide down. So
So
you'd have
you're
to
saying
the ramp to get to the top would be thousands of miles long.
yes.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is these people pushed these rocks. So logically, if that is how it went,
Squashing, like,
it would have took to push one of these rocks up. It would have took a man or a group of men.
Mhm.
They would have died.
Yeah.
their kids would have continued, they would have died,
Yeah.
their kids would have continued,
Yeah.
go on, so on and so
One for
forth.
generations.
Exactly.
For a good, 100 years
Before you even get all
got
your
one
rocks.
of these rocks
Yeah.
up this
Uh-huh.
slope.
That's it.
And they're saying to us, oh, that's how it was built.
Bullshit.
It couldn't have been. Couldn't have been.
No.
It just doesn't make sense.
Exactly. And they've read the stars without any form of what we have now.
I know, technology.
Technology, anything.
Yeah.
And they've read the stars. They've got it perfectly aligned. They've built these massive with these tombs that go further than we can go with drills.
Exactly.
Seeing that though,
Perfect cuts as
you
well.
said like they didn't have that technology. What's
We
saying?
don't know.
Yeah,
That's
that's what
I
I'm
mean.
saying. What's saying they didn't have better technology back then?
Yep.
than
What's
we
saying
do
that
now?
we're not just starting again?
Yeah,
exactly.
It
Yeah,
might
I
just
mean-
be a.
And do
I've
you know-
heard of the Great Reset before?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
we
that's
could
it.
we could just be in the middle of that reset.
Aye.
And there's another thing
Or
about
starting.
Yeah, exactly. Who knows? Because no
Exactly.
one can say.
It's-
But there's
If
another
we
thing.
are starting, it's going tits up.
Exactly,
Oh, yeah,
it is.
fuck.
It's going fucking
AI.
west.
Yeah.
But another thing as well, which off his fucking podcast based off Joe Rogan, but on one of his podcasts as well, he was saying every society has a pattern and a course that it runs. So Egyptians had their society, Vikings had their society, you know. So there was this guy, this fucking ancient Egyptologist or something, you know.
Yeah. No,
Was saying the way that the Egyptian society fell, right, which is fucking mad, was that towards the end of their downfall of their civilization, they started experimenting with gender, and that absolutely killed any. If you look through all the history, because this is a fact to anyone, like most of the time they have the society into towards the end of it where it's fallen, they start to turn different genders and experimenting with it, because if everyone is like, Egyptians thrive so much because they didn't care about the gender for so long. They cared about what they were doing.
That's
the
it.
world, you know what I mean?
But when you look at it, what are we doing now?
Exactly.
What is like? If you look now, we're experimenting with gender.
Yeah.
We're doing what you said they were doing at the end of their life, at the end of their sort of time.
Yeah.
We're doing that now.
It's fucking mad.
Exactly.
Everything is falling into place that it is coming close to the end for
It
us.
is,
I believe. I don't think it's going to be in our lifetime or our kids
No.
or whatever.
Exactly,
but I
but
feel
it's
like
going
it is.
soon.
It is. You're not looking at light years away.
I just think like the fucking whole like nuclear warfare shit's gonna like inevitably fucking end everyone.
Yeah,
But it's
exactly.
like with all this like Putin shit and fucking you know, I just can't get over the fact that America voted Joe Biden in instead of Trump because people didn't like Trump.
Exactly.
People
Joe
don't like
Biden's
Joe
got
Biden.
like fucking dementia or
You've
whatever.
seen him, he's had
Crazy
falls
fucker,
and
Aye.
shit. He's
He's standing on stage like doing a speech and he's like,
You need
what
someone younger who's tapped in and knows what everyone wants.
He's like a robotic, isn't he?
Yeah.
Oh, he's just like
It's just as if he's been programmed.
Yeah. Speaking of that, who's that lass? She's is it Prince Harry's?
Oh,
that's-
Meghan
Markle.
Meghan Markle.
You seen the video of her where she's in I think it's a wedding or something. She's
Smiling, but just
smiling,
a face, no
It's like so
expression.
robotic.
Yeah,
It's
no expression.
Yeah.
And she's just smiling. She's just keeping a straight face.
She's like
that.
waving like
Yeah.
that. A straight
Hunt,
face.
mate.
It's just on fucking autopilot.
Yeah.
I can guarantee, when that came out, it would have been such a big thing. But
Yeah.
obviously, the royal family, this and that, people have the power to kind of just make that disappear
Just
overnight.
push it down.
Yeah,
and it's
that's
gone,
it.
Buried.
And it will have just kind of, it could have been a big thing overnight,
Exactly.
and then the next day it would be nothing.
Mhm.
Because people have that power. It's the same as Jeffrey Epstein. What
Yeah.
we're saying, it would at the time there would have been a day where everything came out, and everyone was like, "Shit, Jeffrey Epstein." And all it takes is for him to make one phone call, 2 phone calls.
Yeah.
Everything related to his name would have just been wiped.
Exactly.
Well, it's like in recent time, and
That's
that's
it.
like not really anything close to Jeffrey Epstein, but fucking Philip Schofield.
Philip Schofield,
Yeah.
exactly.
He
exactly.
pays like 30 grand's worth of people to fucking get rid of his name off the internet.
Like a
That's-
team working to get rid of shit.
All you need to do really is have a connection with either Apple or Samsung.
Yeah.
What scares me is if you read closely into the terms and conditions, and you know, when you get an Apple phone, you get all these terms and conditions that no one reads through
No,
because
you
it's
just
about
agree.
40 pages long. You
Exactly.
just swipe to the bottom, agree, fuck off. But if you actually read through these, and people have, it literally tells you will be watched through your phone.
Yeah.
Don't do anything stupid.
But it's always sugar coated, isn't it?
Oh yeah, it's like
The word
we may need to access your microphone
Yeah.
or whatever. It basically saying at any point you will be listened to.
Yeah.
You don't know when. We don't know when.
Exactly.
It's all up to you whether you're going to do something out there what makes them think, right, we need to listen to this bloke.
Yeah.
Like for us now, they wouldn't need to.
Nah.
When you get all these things on TikTok saying MI6 giving you a text and all that,
Yeah.
unless you're actually doing something, which I know we've said it before, Joe Rogan, I feel like he knows a lot now to the point where he could be getting close to it.
Yeah.
Because
Oh,
he's had
he's-
discussions with people where it's kind
Exactly.
of like borderline. You this is the thing you could get killed for. You know
But
what I
it's
mean?
like, you not see that guy that he was with, and he'd like mentioned something, and it was so.
No,
It was like a mushroom or
portobello
something.
mushrooms,
Yeah.
and he went
And he goes,
Joe
"Oh, I
went,
can't disclose
so what are
that."
the benefits of portobello mushrooms?
We can't talk
And the
about
guy,
this.
no, the guy went, I refrain from answering that question.
It's
in
explosive.
In that AI, he went, I refrain from answering that question.
Yeah.
And Joe went, well, this is an explosive topic of conversation.
Yeah.
I'll respect that and move on. And he went, yes, please, thank you. And then,
Just clocks back in, clocks back
and it was
in.
like, oh, what
There is-
the fuck?
Of course, there's things. I know there's things like UFOs, Area 51, where
That's a good intro, like, isn't it?
Timing. Welcome back, guys. I don't know if you can tell, but we've
Put some
we
smoke
had a
in
little
the air.
break, yeah. Put some smoke in the air, as the saying goes. But we're ready. We're fucking feeling wavy.
I
It's time to
could do
chat some
with
more
some
shit.
food, I'll be honest with you.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
thinking it when I get home.
Definitely.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
But what were we saying there? We just said something there. I can't
Yeah,
remember
It
what it
was
was.
the gel blasters.
Oh,
yeah.
mate.
Oh, when you seen it? People pull it. There was these two guys, and they were like, they had the gel blasters, and obviously they'd got together, and there was all the people at the park, and they pulled up right, and just like drive by them. Then it showed like the aftermath, and there was like the
Just gel blasted the little balls.
Yeah.
Have you had one of them before?
Nah.
Mate,
I really want
they hurt like they don't like a BB gun.
Yeah.
They leave a little dot in it.
Was that one's little blue gel balls?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
You
It's
can
like
get some of them
that.
that are really good.
Yeah.
Have you seen them water pistols that you charge up in the water?
Oh, yeah.
Shoots it out,
Mate, it's like a shotgun.
Yeah.
You shoot people like a
Mate, that would fucking hurt. That,
Ah,
that
like
would fucking
200
thrash
quid
your
on
skin.
it.
they're expensive. Like cool them things. though.
We out last summer when we used to like every day just go in my car and get water pistols and just drive
I
down
remember
Ocean Road in the coolest road.
That's
They
a
sat in the back
different.
of your car, fucking so.
That's a different level
Everyone
of
in the back
boredom.
was
like,
like,
shoot like random people.
Like masks on and they all shoot out the window and like they look like that kind of like
No, I
shit.
swear someone in the group at the time shot someone with a pram, man.
They did. There's
Yeah,
a little
that was
kid in the shot. The
That's
shots
kind of brutal.
That was,
that.
I'm not gonna say any names, but it was
Oh yeah.
But yeah, he shot like what? He was aiming his window. I was like, no, don't shoot them. He was like, no, okay. He shot them anyways. It was like a little kid, and it hit her like straight in the face. And, like, the dad was like,
Bless
fucking,
the kid.
He started like storming towards the car. Even though we were driving off, and like fucking going like that.
Saying that though, that is your childhood, isn't it?
Exactly.
Like any normal kid had
You've gotta be
a
a
water
little
fight.
shit, yeah.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Every
Yeah.
normal kid had a water fight. You wouldn't go like, oh, it's water.
Exactly. I know.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
But I wouldn't do it with a little kid myself.
Nah,
No.
neither.
But mate,
It's fucked up.
fucking, I remember we used to go past people and just when you see them, just fucking all of her hanging out one side of the window. Just,
So I just standing there having a tab and
Exactly.
by the way,
Shut
even
up.
me in the driver's seat used to put my knees up so it was my knees steering and got two pistols like that. Fucking dual wielding out the window.
Puts his tab out and he's like, what the fuck have you just done?
I used to do
Quit
this
smoking.
thing when I was fucking younger, right? And we'd roll down the windows and we'd be in the car and we'd make sure we were going at a decent speed and put down the windows and would like as someone was we were going past someone would shout bogies and then shit themselves. Honestly, God, it was so funny.
Did me and you play that?
Bogies.
Yeah, in library.
oh yeah.
Remember them
Oh,
two guys?
God.
What were they called?
Why were-
Dick and Dom.
Yeah, Dick
Dom.
and Dom. And they'd go in the library and be like, bogies.
It's
And
bullshit.
yeah, and there was
Yes.
one where they'd have like the cutouts of the stickers of the face, and they'd stick it on people's back, and
Oh,
it'd
yeah.
the stickers would gradually get bigger and bigger. And by the time they had one bigger than the person, but they put on all the granny and this. So funny.
It's a bit like you see in Practical Jokers where they go around
Oh,
the shop
man.
and
Oh.
hit balloons to them and that.
But there's one there where they're like putting pencils in this woman's bag.
Yeah.
Yeah, see how many
It's
pencils
the whole
in
way
there.
she's going around, but she's putting one pencil in
Just
at a
behind
time.
her like that.
The best
Yeah,
one
it
was
there's another one.
Putting like random shopping in the trolleys.
Yeah.
See, it's good when people can actually take a joke like that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
When people like kick off, I think it's a bit fucking far. Like,
Ah,
you
it
must
is.
have some
It's a
shit
joke.
going on or fucking something because it's like
You would
it's
be
just
rich as a
funny.
happened junior
I
deal,
know,
wouldn't you?
I
Like,
know.
Oh, if it was you,
yeah.
yeah, you would be livid.
Exactly.
But I would see the jokey
Depends what
side of
it
it
is,
as well.
Like if I got like shot in the face with a war pistol, I'd be kind of.
Oh, that, yeah, but
But
if
yeah,
it
if
was
like
like
someone's like putting like pencils in the
Saying that
Yeah.
though,
Yeah.
saying,
Yeah.
if we were out now, or not now, like in a summer's day, 30 degrees, someone goes past you with a couple of water pistols, you would
I'm not
find it funny.
complaining. I'm
You'd
not
find it.
complaining.
I know you'd be pissed off, but you would find it funny as well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
It depends on the context. If they're like going slowly across and just like
Yeah, that's what I mean. It
fucking-
depends
but
which
if
way
they
you
go, like,
catch them.
zap you and
Exactly.
fucking fling off. It's like,
Yeah.
How would you feel if you were a worker in like a Walmart, right? And there was these two guys done like this prank called gallon smashing, right? And they went in and they'd get these like the gallons of milk
the
in each
milk.
hand, right? And they'd pretend to slip.
Oh,
They'd
just
they'd
fucking
just
battle
go,
it.
ah, and then smash it down, right? And
Aye.
then the workers come and try and help them get up, but they just keep
slip
slipping
all
themselves.
over.
And then someone else slips over.
You'd
and
be
then,
well hated if you
Yeah.
did pranks like that,
I
wouldn't
know,
you?
imagine the
Like,
fucking worker you did.
the
Aye.
backlash you'd get from
And,
that.
Like, if you seen the Impractical Jokers or whatever coming into your shop, you'd instantly think, fuck, what's going to happen here?
Yeah.
Like, if it was your shop, if it was like a fucking Wix or something like that, you know what I mean?
It baffles me how they still go out and don't get
Get
recognised.
I know.
the amount of
no.
times they must do like a prank and get recognised.
Oh,
and then
yeah.
do
Comes
it
up with
again.
them with like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
You wouldn't see them cuts though, would you really?
No.
I know.
They would just
It
continue
must take
until
them
they
a
got
long
the right
fucking
one.
time.
Yeah.
You get like perfect shit.
They've stopped doing it. That one of them was left.
Aye.
I think it was Joe. You know, the bald one with quite big belly.
Yeah.
Oh
The
yeah,
older
yeah.
one.
Yeah.
I think something happened with his wife. They got divorced or something. So he had to leave the show.
Yeah.
So it's
shit.
just
I remember
play
that.
them, but they get guests on. So they had like, I think they had Post Malone.
Oh, I've seen the
on.
Post Malone,
one,
that'd
yeah,
be
yeah.
cool as hell.
They
That.
had someone else on as well. I can't remember.
That's mad. I don't think anyone could do a fucking prank properly with Post Malone.
No.
Tattooed face and
Exactly,
that.
yeah,
Like, unless
You
he's
see-
got makeup on.
He seems like a genuine bloke, Post Malone.
Yeah, he
I
does.
really like him.
I
You seen
think
him now? Like, people are getting worried from him.
People are saying he's on drugs again.
And
he's
it was
not,
like,
he's
no,
not.
the guy was just living his life, and
Yeah.
people should be happy. He's like
Yeah.
getting skinnier. He's not as fat, you know what I mean?
It's because
Guy.
he get pissed before he does every show.
Yes.
Like, you notice he just drinks.
So
and, like,
people just think like
assume
he looks
he's on
so
drugs.
skinny, and he's just obviously drunk.
Yeah.
They'll be thinking the combo
Yeah.
is off his face or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
But like,
He's just enjoying himself. He's just living his life.
exactly,
You would be,
that's
wouldn't
it.
you? You
Like
would
after
be.
all that fame, and you've tried so much.
Yeah.
But as well, there's another one, right? Imagine Nico Amalana and KSI done this prank in a library, and they had the computer, right? And like, you know the pranks where you forget you plug your headphones
Yeah,
in.
Yeah.
And they had like the fucking porn in the background, and it was so funny. But there was one where it was like he had like an earphone in, and Nico was telling KSI everything to do, and he was like he'd go around and like say, he'd put the text to speech, and it would be like his lass, and it would be some fucked up message, and he'd read it out loud, and he'd think, oh, do I not have my headphones on? People would be looking at him like,
What the fuck?
Yeah, I see these guys on YouTube all the time. They're called like the dropouts or something,
yeah.
and they're like, they're a bit like B-Tech sort of like. They're still kind of funny, but they're a bit like borderline racist sometimes and shit. It's a bit mad.
Oh yeah.
But like, they do it all the time, and they say some fuck shit like, oh, the lass is like trying to escape from the basement now. This sort of shit, like fuck shit. And then people are just looking at them like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Actually, have you heard that? Though?
That's the kind of
exactly.
thing. That's the kind of things someone read like. You know what people say all the time? If you read through the group chat, you're all getting
Oh,
arrested.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
PS4
That's like PS4 and Xbox 360 when
Oh,
fucking
COD
in group
lobbies.
chats.
Xbox
That's what
360, I've
that's
been
what people would say.
I think
Like,
you get like a hate crime against you or something.
listen to them.
Yeah.
I think
Modern
you'd be
Warfare
fucked.
2
Like,
lobby.
yeah.
I do you think the younger generation could have handled like our
Nah.
BO2 lobbies
Nah.
and shit?
It'd
Like,
be done.
That's it. Like when you see them, they're like, this person clearly couldn't have handled the BO2 lobby. It's like someone getting
It
pressed.
was just
over calling
borderline
them something.
bully, wasn't it?
Speaking of BO2 though,
Well, we used to bully.
that's
each other.
literally how I met you, wasn't it?
It was.
So like
hacks.
we were in school, right? And I
bullshit.
couldn't mod. I was like, I can mod Black Ops 2, and like I had it modded for like a day, and it got banned. And the hacks, like I was like, try to use it, and obviously the software recognised it. So I was like showing people the footage of that 1 20-minute clip I was on.
was that your pickup line?
Yeah, so I was like, yeah, if anyone wants to buy mods, and I don't know who it was. I think it was like
It would have been
someone
like,
that I know
I think I can't remember who it was.
said to you, "Oh, Lucas is selling mods."
Oh.
And I remember I was walking. You were like, "You selling mods, aren't you?" And we says, "There you go."
Mate,
It was mad as fuck.
I was waiting every single night after I asked you, mate, because I used to sweat COD back in the day.
I think all of it did.
But
Aye.
the thing is, right, you don't know how much stress I was going through trying to find more mods and get ones to like, oh, I need to give
Do
him
you know what's
something.
fucking funny? Talking about mods, I used to have. I don't know if you remember. I used to have like a modded Xbox.
Yeah,
you remember?
Yeah, it was
Did it have the
Actually,
red ring?
Yeah. It made it different sound when you turn it on and all that sort of shit. And it like.
What's
and
it called? Like a jailbroken?
And it's RG. It's called an RGH.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I used to
I've heard of
have.
them.
I actually used to be able to mod Black Ops 2. I used to have like. I used to sell mods and shit.
What?
And like I
You
used to
should have went to him,
scam.
Kyle.
I used to.
And, hey.
I used to like scam kids and that.
What was
like,
that game we played where modded all the weapons in and done like 1 million damage? Was it? It was like a castle defense game. We used to bash it.
The one with your knights.
Yeah.
The
and
Castle
was it-
Crashers.
Is
it that one?
Is that what it's called? It's like
I'll show you what it was. But
where like it was like
Yeah,
different
wow.
like classes, like a mage and a knight and like something else. And you had these weapons and like you can put towers down. And, like,
yeah, and
like,
you used to spawn in that like tavern area.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh fuck.
Oh. Dungeon. Oh,
Dungeon Defenders.
Dungeon
That was
Defenders,
it. Yeah.
I've heard of that
yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
Oh, hello.
We're missing a light.
Technical
Well,
difficulty.
probably just popped
Oh,
out.
have I popped the...
Yeah, that
Light's
might have
still on
popped
the
out.
Switch like.
Is it?
Yeah.
Technical difficulties.
Oh.
Getting
I
flash.
think it's on its way out that light.
I know.
I accidentally hit it with a hammer or something.
Maybe.
That nail I put us a bit close to home.
Everyone's gonna know where the fuck they're staring at.
That's
Oh,
it, yeah.
Dungeon Defenders.
Do you not remember that?
I remember he used to
I've
come
seen
on
it.
and
I've
mod
not
those
played it, but
weapons
I'd
in.
see it. And
Oh,
Because you used to be able to like spawn loads of coins in your tavern and that, and then
Yeah.
like mod like it was so.
Like
good.
your weapons did like
Yeah.
1 million damage.
It was like we used to get like what I used to do was I used to have a USB stick, and then I'd put the USB stick into my computer and there'd be
Can I
like
get
this
it?
little. Is it broken? Like
no.
oh fuck. I used to put the USB into my little laptop. I used to put this shitty program on my mum's laptop that used to like. You could just change your level, put your USB stick back in your Xbox.
It wasn't you can do on any game. There was like a selection of games. that you
Yeah,
could do.
there was loads.
It was
It was like a
it's a
big
program.
Yeah.
Was it like Cheat Engine or something?
It was something like a cheat engine, yeah. But I don't know what it was.
I remember you could do it on GTA as well. Like,
Yeah.
Put USB in and change your money and all that shit.
Yeah.
you got modded GE.
I'll
I
do
was
this
watching
if-
you the other
what I was
night.
thinking as
I was
well.
watching him right, and there was this guy pissing him off.
When were you modding now?
And do you know, like the fucking
Recently.
Yeah, like
Yeah, yeah.
I
Should have said I've got it
play, like
downloaded
every
again.
night. It's just I just literally just like make people hate the game.
Do you know the portal gun where you can pick stuff up and like
Move
move
it
around?
around.
There was this guy, yeah.
Aye.
He just flicked them away. I was
He just, he
howling
went,
for
he,
so
I was
long.
just driving, he rammed into my car, so I was picking up and flung him across the map.
Can you not remember what me and you were doing? I kept picking you up and flinging you.
You can do it as well, so I had like a big, like a massive truck and I changed it invisible and I was driving and people and then what the fuck's happened because I was invisible. I ran them out the way.
Remember the 10 mil challenges we used to do?
Oh, yes.
Christ,
mate.
many hours we've
That
sat
was
there.
fucking so stressful. 10 mil
We've
challenge.
done it so many times.
You
as
kind of
well.
die, can you?
Oh,
Fuck off.
It's alright.
Yeah,
just
I'll be
leave it.
fine, man.
We'll leave it.
You kind of die on it or something, can you?
The 10 mil challenge, no. And if you die, what you have to
You have to
reset it
just
straight away.
close the app as fast as you can, yeah.
Brutal it
I've
was.
never tried that, mate.
Have you not?
I think I attempted it and then died. And
Isn't that the one where you go like on the roof of a building and you go enter from the top of the building? It's like that proper luxury building, like just.
Oh,
up the
is it?
city. I can't remember
what
the fuck
mission
it's
is it?
called.
Oh, in the centre of the city.
It's not like I don't.
What's
I
the
don't know.
apartments called?
The ones right at the top.
The sky.
Maze Bank.
Is it the massive tall
The big-
apartments?
the big-
Aye, it
Yeah,
was
like
on
the
top of that, I
luxury
think.
ones, yeah.
Aye, it was one of the first missions, wasn't it? Oh, I miss GTA. I miss playing games and like
So,
actually
yeah.
like enjoying it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Don't stress then.
Yeah.
Exactly. Now
Because I feel like now when you game, like your mind's just always on something else.
Yeah.
Because there's that much shit.
you gotta
It
text
is.
someone back, or you gotta like, you just don't have the amount of time. You got an hour or
Yeah.
two
That's it.
to play the game, and like sometimes you just want to like put your headset on and watch
Just-
the cutscenes and get
That's
into
it.
it. You know what I mean,
Mate, and it was just fucking. You used to just sit there until what, 2-3 o'clock in the morning, not even knowing that it's that time,
Exactly,
just enjoying
4 or
it.
5,
Mate,
exactly.
and we'd all still be in the like
You
in
look at your
the
clock,
in the
you
parties
look
and
at
that
your
kind
phone,
of
it's
thing.
that time
Like
already.
shit,
Fuck.
boy.
Everyone's got
Ah.
stars and like that.
Yeah, we're just chilling. You know what I mean?
Your legs are hurting, your head's hurting from the headset.
Oh,
That's
you
it.
like
Yeah,
just
the ears
oh,
killing.
morning,
The
you're like,
last
I'll just push
time, the last time I think we were like that. I think I've ever been like that in a game was The Division. Mate, did you play The
I
Division?
didn't. I
Oh,
know that you like
Division,
completed
yeah.
all like.
We
streaming.
completed. I'm sorry.
Is that Tom Clancy's?
Yeah,
Yeah.
The Division.
Oh, I haven't
Yeah.
played it.
me and two of my mates completed the division, I think, within 3 nights. The whole
that's mad.
two and a bit nights, every mission,
Sweaty.
every single mission.
Sweaty.
And at the very end of it, at the very, very last mission, I still couldn't, because your guns level up with
Yeah.
like how many people you kill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wasn't killing enough people because these other 2 people that I was playing with were like absolute sweats at it.
Yeah.
So I got to the very end of it, got the highest level with these shittest guns. I couldn't kill people for because you're shooting at these people with these, like, I think they were colour ranked,
Yeah.
like
it was.
with these blue guns that I could only pick up.
Yeah.
No one would, and they would just be one tapping us. You know what I mean?
yeah.
You know, and
you'd
it
be
was.
shooting it, so it's like a popcorn gun.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
I like we completely finished it. 2.5 nights, I think it took. Completely finished it, and then I remember the next day or something like that, when we started playing on it again, it was just like I'd be so bored because I couldn't
'cause you'd
do
done
fuck
everything.
all.
Oh.
Do you know what I mean?
Shit.
That was when I you used to sweat for weeks.
Yeah.
You used to sweat games for weeks, and
Yeah.
you
I
wouldn't
think-
come off it for
That's it.
nout.
Exactly.
Like you used to get your tea at your desk, playing.
Aye.
Playing.
Boys,
your
every
PS4.
2 minutes I'll be on mute, but I'll still play.
That's what I mean.
Especially
yeah.
like Friday and Saturday nights after school.
Exactly.
You
Wow.
get
Which
You
you
can't-
just seeing like Rust used in
Yeah.
godly amounts of hours
Ah,
on Rust.
you just
It's
can't
like
be
me.
arsed anymore, can you?
Nah.
I mean, I fucking do it for a
It's
job.
like-
Oh well, yeah, you do it for your
It's like
for the
you
sake
have
of
to,
it.
but but when you
It's
think about
different,
it, it's like
yeah.
different. You're like, it could be worse.
Like,
You can look at it now as a job.
Yeah.
know
Well, that's
what I
what I do. Like,
Our group that I play with, it's so hard to get them everyone on the same time.
Yeah.
oh, it's just because, like,
Someone's
especially Kieran, I feel like he's like not on as much because
No.
he's just working all the time.
It
Everyone's
seems like
got
everyone's
lives.
everyone's got
Yeah.
like work and like girlfriends and shit. And
I think the
Shit.
last time I done a
Did you stop it?
massively
No.
serious like gaming session was in lockdown, at the start of the first COVID lockdown, and it was like the nights where the next day you're doing nothing, so you'd stay up all night, and it was just playing multiplayer. Would be in game chat, so would meet every type of people.
Yeah.
Like it was just with a group of people like that we grew up with.
Mate,
It'll
from-
never happen again.
From different, we met people from France,
Yeah.
Germany,
Maxim,
all that.
remember
Oh, I
Maxim,
remember
French
that.
Maxim,
And
Max
he was
Nord.
the funniest fucker
He was.
I've ever met in my
Oh, there was-
life.
I remember one guy, and he was like,
You joined the party when we were on with. So did you.
Yeah.
That French
Like-
bloke on
I-
COD.
I just remember, like, can you remember when there was money in a party with some, like,
Yes.
Can you remember that?
Oh my god.
Can you remember
I was
him?
looking for
Yeah.
this or something.
No, and he
Something
was just
good.
Mr.
Something-
Merp.
Mr. Merp.
Mr. Mercer. What a dickhead he was.
And he knew where we lived.
He
was like, "I'll come
griefed
to South
fucking
Shields."
everyone. What the
Oh my
fuck?
god.
Who is he?
I don't know.
How did he just fucking?
Someone must have played with him, but I just
I
remember,
think
like,
Kelly
Kelly and
must
that
have
time.
been-
Uh-huh.
I don't know who met him, like, but I just remember Kelly mentioning it to me, and then Daniel Olsen told us as well, and I was like, oh fuck, I'm going to get burn them names, but
Yeah.
when did you say Daniel?
It's-
yeah.
But he was a fucking prick, him. Because I remember
I know.
every time he used to join the
He
party,
used to be a
you used to talk about your
annoying
mum
cunt.
and fucking, you'll actually know facts about you.
Exactly.
And it's
He
kind of
was
like,
He'd,
what
like, find you on
He went on
Facebook,
Facebook, yeah.
and he'd get your mum's name and just start saying
He researches before he joins the party. It's like,
Exactly.
what the
You're
fuck?
like, what?
It's like top level trouble.
He's probably
Yeah.
some 14, 15-year-old kid. No one
No,
knew.
man, he was a pure bloke.
Yeah.
Was
do you
he?
know, Do you know how, actually, I know who met him? It was someone we know called, we'll blur it, but Leon Wilson. They were
was it
they were
him?
playing UFC, and this Mr. Merpa was like a black belt in like jiu-jitsu and shit.
Oh,
And then through Leon, he'd keep coming in the party, and he'd have his life and that. It was just so
Oh,
cool.
mate,
Yeah.
did we not find him? And he was like a karate black belt or a kickboxing
Yeah,
black
no,
belt.
it was
he's
like
like a
a...
pure
Found him on
bald guy.
Facebook, didn't we? And
yeah,
everyone
yeah,
used to
yeah.
talk about when we joined at some point.
Yeah.
Would get his Facebook up in the yard at school and be like,
Aye.
oh, do you remember that?
Harass
This
him.
Mr. Merp? That's his Facebook and all that sort
I
of shit.
swear I've got a video of it. We'll have to put that in.
Yeah, if we find it, we'll put it in.
Yeah,
like.
it's so good.
Man, that was funny as fuck.
Yeah, it was, man. But I want to touch one conspiracy theory.
Go on.
Right. So there was this operation called Operation Paperclip, right, after the war. The war just ended, and the Nazis obviously couldn't stay in Germany, so they went to they were smuggled to Argentina, right, and in Argentina to this day, right, there's a colony of Nazis, right,
Yeah.
and you go in, so everyone's speaking Argentinian in this country, right.
Is that the language?
Argentine? No, it's
Is it? It's not
Spanish,
is it
isn't
Spanish?
Or
Hasn't one of-
Mexican or...
Hasn't one of them YouTubers that done the Epstein Island and all that sort of shit
Shall I
been
research
to
that?
Argentina and he's like looking for because
Yeah.
Hitler's supposed to be there.
Yeah, that's who it was. And it's called Colonel Dignidad, right?
Yeah.
Spanish, yeah.
Yeah, and they went to it, right? And it was if the war had just ended still. There was all these little, like Nazis' grandkids and bringing out the medals and the memorabilia, going, oh, you can't touch it because he was tanned off the sun. He wasn't pure white and you can't touch it.
Yeah,
But
so
you can-
you're not
you can-
pure, you're not, yeah.
And they still celebrated Oktoberfest, and it was like, then you go down the hill and it's just back to like Argentina normal life. Yeah.
Wait, what is Oktoberfest?
Isn't that like it's a fucking beer festival or something, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is it?
I swear it is.
I'm not sure
Is that
what
that?
it is.
Is that the
I just not get pissed every October.
Yeah.
the
Yeah, it's just like
Excuse to drink.
excuse?
Alright. But
That's fair enough, like.
we'll have to. Alex has got to make a dip.
Oh, yeah, I've got a dip.
The businessman he is, he's got to have a
Tight
meetings, all that.
schedule.
Yeah, tight schedule. So
Strict last.
Alex is gonna dip, but damn. But yeah,
Sure.
we'll be
I'll
back in
dip
2
out.
minutes.
Yeah, I'll dip out.
As we were saying, we're on topic of conspiracy theories, and there was one, right, which has like been brought up recently, and it was there's more continents than like the government are hiding or whoever's hiding, and there's more continents. So when you go to like the Antarctica, like North and South Pole, apparently it's like, and you look on a map, apparently it's all our continents, and then there's like a wall of ice around where. And apparently, if you go like, well, not apparently, but
Yeah, according to conspiracy. Yeah.
You go further and there's all different shit apparently.
Oh,
who
mate,
knows?
well, have you seen, there's a thing, and I've seen it was about Antarctica as well. Spiders, these massive spiders in Antarctica.
Really?
Someone recorded it. Obviously, you don't usually see fucking cameras in Antarctica, especially specific parts of
Yeah.
Antarctica where it is government protected, all this and that.
Exactly.
Someone caught on tape a massive spider, and it apparently, obviously, Canada's where experiments happen. You know what I mean? Because of the cold temperatures, if anything does, I wouldn't say escape, but if anything does go wrong, it's hard for anything to live, even bacteria in that temperature.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where they'll do all their little things.
Yeah.
And apparently that was one of them. And there's just fucking huge spiders just bombing about Antarctica.
Why it's been like escape?
Oh, well, it's just chilling. I don't know if it'll be frozen. I don't know what, but it's just.
It was there.
It's and it's when I say big, it's bigger than a person.
Fucking hell.
But it was a big thing, and that's one of the things as well where it's just been like shushed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's
like
scary
been
thing as
hidden.
well. Like you don't know what these things can do. Like this little spider could like wipe out all the other spiders.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
Completely fuck the food chain.
Yeah, 100%.
There was another one as well, like back in like dino age. Like obviously the ice has risen and stuff, so like it's exactly like going down the layers of rock. It's just like the layers of ice, and there's the ice where it's been frozen for billions of years. Obviously global warming, I might have spoken about this before, but global warming obviously heating up the earth, so the ice is melting. Back in the dinosaurs ages, imagine a disease, right, that can wipe out a human, like a common cold, right, could kill someone maybe, but a common cold with dinosaur is like a fucking, just something minor.
Yeah.
So if you think about it, dinosaur bacteria that wipes out dinosaurs would be frozen in the ice. So if climate change keeps going, it could.
Do you think that is a possibility? Because you freeze things to keep them alive.
Because it's like
essentially.
really
They've
frozen,
found
isn't it?
recently, they've found. I've seen like memes about it, like saying like just stop digging and shit. But like, they found a really, really deadly virus like underneath the ice.
Yeah.
So if you dig this up, it's just gonna.
It can like wipe people out.
Exactly.
And they found it in the ice and they brought it up and they keep it somewhere.
Why
Yeah.
would you bring it up?
Ancient
Why
virus.
Why would you bring it up? Exactly. That's
Exactly.
something that's down there for a reason.
I know.
Obviously, they have like good like research capabilities.
Oh
and
yeah,
stuff like
100%.
that.
They'll know the ins and out of this, whatever this is.
Yeah,
Exactly.
But just in case, mate, it's been there. Leave it there.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
I know.
It's not harming anyone. It's
Exactly.
Not nice.
It will be harming someone if you bring it up. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So just fucking leave
It's
it.
like a bioweapon.
Yeah. Literally wipe everyone out if they go back.
Think about what could be in the ice though that we don't know about.
Exactly.
It's
And,
like
Imagine
that's
it's
where you're finding these mammoth. Did you see that
Yeah.
baby mammoth that
The
got found?
mammoth,
Mate?
yeah,
Did you see
yeah,
that? And it was completely
just
preserved.
preserved, yeah.
Ah, if you, there's other things, mate. There'll be dinosaurs and also, mate.
Exactly.
I seen Ice Age. The fucking
Oh, the one with like
the dinosaur
yeah,
one.
yeah.
Ice Age, the dinosaur one. Genuinely.
With that little meerkat.
Imagine.
Oh, what's his name?
Oh yeah.
Begins with an R or something, doesn't it?
Oh
And
mate,
he always
that's
has
gonna
the
piss us
like
off.
the nut
That.
thing, the acorn.
No, you're thinking of
man.
the squirrel, man.
The
No,
meerkat
it's
with the
the
eye patch.
eye patch.
Oh yeah, the little like he's like a pure little
Buck.
Raji.
Buck, that's it.
What a
like the two-
fucking, what a Donny he
Oh,
is.
aye.
What a Donny.
Fuck, what's that film called? Ice Age what? There's no Dawn of the...
Yeah.
Dawn of the Ages,
Dawn of the
something,
Age or
something.
something. Yeah.
Yeah,
They were
Dawn of
always
the
so
Dinosaurs,
good,
mate,
something
wasn't it?
like that,
Something like
They were
that.
always so good.
The thing is, like, only a select few people have been to Antarctica. Like, it's like somewhere
Yeah.
you can't just buy a boat and go to.
You
like,
can't just
no,
end
rock
up
up.
there. I don't even think a lot of it, to explore a lot of it, wouldn't even take a boat.
Yeah. No.
What would you do? Well, it's like quad bikes and them fucking all-weather trucks and shit like that.
and
innit?
snowmobiles.
Yeah.
But then you've seen the ones where I've got a fucking story about the Antarctic for you. There was like you say, there was these types of transport, right? And it's a boat, and it's made to break through the ice.
Yeah, so
Ice
through the
yeah,
path.
yeah.
Yeah.
And it was going through, and it was low on like the petrol supply or whatever supply it was on, and it stopped. And the next one passing was like 5-6 hours.
Oh,
So
mate, you'd be stuck
all,
there for
yeah,
6
they all get
hours.
off the water, off the boat, and they're trying to like, walk, find.
Yeah.
So as the time gets on, like one of the things crack, and they're all on these little floating.
Just these little...
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'd be fucked. You would be fucked.
In the distance, right, the scene of fucking polar bear, and it's just coming up and down out of the water and getting closer to them ever so slightly, wondering,
Oh, mate.
who are these? Who are these?
Yes.
Got closer and closer, right? Some guy, whoever was closest, got pulled out of the water and dragged under the water, dragged about, got dragged onto a platform.
And he got eaten in front of his friends,
All
didn't
these
he?
people are hurt, and it's like,
Fuck,
you're going to
mate.
be thinking, how long is that going to keep them full for?
Yeah.
Like,
Who's
who's
next?
next?
Mate, you'd literally alive.
What would you do?
You'd be
You couldn't
eaten
do
alive.
anything. You're on a fucking floating rift.
You'd be eaten alive. That's
Yeah.
what it would be.
That'll be a
Sit and
horrible
watch your friend
death.
get eaten.
Horrible.
It's it is a thing. Don't know about different bears.
Yeah.
Like I think it's a black bear. You need to act small.
Yeah.
No,
Like that.
is it a black bear? You need to be big.
You
A
need
brown
big
bear. You
nose,
need to be
skin.
small.
Yeah.
In a polar bear, you're fucked.
Yeah.
There's nothing you can do.
Because a polar bear is the only fully carnivorous bear.
Yeah,
is it
it's
not?
just fully fucking.
So like brown bears and grizzly bears, they'll eat fucking berries and like plants, grass,
Yeah.
shit like that.
Live off nature.
Yeah. A polar bear will only eat meat.
Exactly.
So-
Smell you from a mile
That's
away.
it. Admit 30 miles away or something.
Yeah.
30 kilometers
yeah,
away.
It's fucking like
They
a
can-
shark.
They can smell
Like a
it.
shark's 100 kilometers away, man, or something. Like
What
that.
what could you do in that? Have you seen how big a polar bear is?
Yeah.
Mate, a
People
polar bear.
think they're smaller than they are. They're massive.
Mate, about
It's how large
8-9 foot tall a polar bear.
It's a polar bear on its two legs.
Aye.
What are you gonna do?
And it
You
weighs
couldn't stab it. It's
half a
gonna fucking
ton.
just claw is gonna take your head off.
100%. It's like I was on a Joe Rogan podcast and it was a brown bear, and we were saying about moose.
Yeah.
A moose is what, half a ton,
Yeah.
and this brown bear just hits its back.
Mhm.
And keeping in mind, the moose is what, 8 foot tall, stupid like
Yeah.
that. Hits its back and it just hits it like that and snaps its back in half. And the moose is just like, what can you do?
Exactly.
Nothing.
So something half a ton just gets slapped and gets killed. Imagine it was us.
Exactly. I know.
If
It
you
just
get
wipe
hit,
you out.
you're
There's people who
gone.
like shoot them with like shotguns and that, and like it just doesn't phase them.
You just turn into Lego, you know, and you're dying.
It would. You just
you
turn to
keep going,
bones.
The only thing you really do is like to try and like if you're running away from them, like drop something, try and distract them.
Yeah.
Aye.
You
Yeah.
can't like run or like climb trees or anything like that.
You need to have apparently you have to have a good backpack if you're hiking in certain areas in America. Because if you have a shit backpack, a weak one,
Mhm.
it's not going to protect you from bears.
Yeah.
You need a good backpack, and apparently that's what you do first. You tuck up everything,
Mhm.
hoping that it grabs your bag.
Yeah.
And once it grabs your bag, it'll give you time to get yourself away.
Yeah. Exactly.
But apparently, if you don't, mate, do you know how quickly like a bear would get through that,
Exactly. I know.
Like, it'd probably just be
rip it in
that.
half, like paper.
and then it would be gone.
Yeah.
That was
It's
that would be
mad.
the worst. I think the worst way to go.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Just imagine
Mhm.
like seeing a bear come towards you, like
It's like the Revenant. Have you seen it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, imagine if you're sleeping in the woods and you hear like crackling outside as like a bear.
Have you seen how
comes
big
in.
the bear is, mate?
Yeah.
Have you seen the video of the bear coming out of the trees?
Yeah.
Mate, I'm gonna try and find that, right? This bear coming out of these fucking trees. Once again, I seen it on TikTok. Like you see everything on TikTok these days, don't you? What?
Quickly before you show this, I found this one, and it was like not polar bears, just these bears, and there's like whales get washed up on beaches, and the bears, right, will go and live inside the carcass, and they'll come out looking as if they're like ran, like all
covered in guts, blood, everything.
And they're like, you can see maggots crawling on them, and it's like, it's a video of the giant bear.
Like we're compared to the tree.
Look at that thing.
How
my
scary it is.
Arm will be the size of you.
Mate, it's weird how they just kick about on this planet.
You see like Russians who have them as pets.
Yeah.
Like
Khabib was like wrestling one man,
Yeah.
training.
Frequently viewed and highly controversial video posted by a YouTuber by the name of Mr. Gregor begins with a biker strapping a GoPro onto his helmet. As
I
if
think I've
later
seen
he
this.
notices something frightening
Oh,
on the side
This is
of
when
the
you
path.
ride away.
A large
Yeah.
brown bear.
Oh. Look at that acceleration.
Imagine if you
Begins
fell off.
pedaling faster in an attempt to escape the terrifying creature. He occasionally glances back and captures
Oh my god.
closely behind him.
No.
After fleeing for a few minutes, he's stymied by a large
A
branch
big bunny
across
hopping
the
over
path.
that shit.
He quickly jumps from the bike and runs
Oh,
off the trail
no.
to
Worst thing
Get
you
back
do.
on your bike, bro.
The bear follows, but thankfully he's scared off by the sounds of nearby gunshots.
Oh, how lucky.
Fucking hell, how close that was.
This harrowing encounter is truly terrifying to watch.
I don't know why he
However,
stopped.
many have doubted it.
You wouldn't get off the bike, would you? You wouldn't.
You go round it? You could easily go right
Mate,
round it there.
you would do anything in your fucking power.
Exactly.
Literally anything in your you would see your life flash before your eyes.
You'd like
you would.
freeze, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
If you see it in front of you.
100%.
Fight or flight.
See, you try and I wouldn't say
wouldn't try
fight
and
because you
couldn't
couldn't.
do flight.
You couldn't.
But that's a natural response, isn't
Yeah.
it?
It is, but you know,
It's
as
just
soon as
reflex.
as soon as you stop running,
Yeah.
You dead.
You are dead.
Exactly. You seen how fast the bear was.
mate, a bear can catch a horse. Have you seen that
Yeah.
video of the bear chasing the horses?
Yeah.
It's fast as fuck, mate. Do you know what I mean? We can't run fast.
Nah.
What's the average speed a person runs? What?
Usain
8 mile an
Bolt-
hour.
Usain Bolt is like 10, 11.
11 mile an hour,
11 mile an hour.
12 kilometers an hour, something like that, innit?
Yeah.
And a bear runs at like what, 30?
Mm-hmm.
Something like that.
So it's catching you in seconds.
Christ.
There's a video as well of, I think it was a Russian photographer, like, take pictures of one, and they start getting closer and closer because it could smell him. And eventually he catches him and he picks him up, and he's just like screaming and that, like, and eventually like he acted big, and then eventually it fucked off. But that's like all you can do in that
Mate, that's
situation.
all you could do. Just try. You know, if it came down to it, fighting a bear.
Nah.
No.
You could just have the balls to at least act like you could, and that's what would get rid of it. Is it not?
Yeah.
When you act big.
That's
So
it.
if you just stood and fucking screamed, you'd scream your lungs out as well,
Oh,
wouldn't you?
yeah. 100%.
I think that's the only choice you get. But even in that time, you'd see your life flash before your eyes.
Yeah.
You would think, right,
Pick the
this is
boy
it for me.
from there.
Fuck,
Your
I'm
life would
done.
like change after that. You'd be thankful for
It would be.
fucking
You
being
would,
exactly.
wouldn't it? It would. It's like them short attacks. Like you wouldn't get round that. Like
Nah, I
that would
wouldn't be
always
back
be a
on
part
what
of your
I do,
world.
yeah.
You know what I mean? That's a part of your life. There would never be a day when you wouldn't think about getting attacked by a shark.
Yeah.
If you had been, you know what I mean?
There was a video circling, like, I think I seen it yesterday actually on TikTok again, like fucked up shit on TikTok.
Yeah.
And there was a lad who was in a boat and he got dragged off by a shark, and his dad had to watch the whole thing
Oh no.
of him like getting like swimming up, like trying to get back on the boat, and he gets dragged back under. And it's like blood
I've seen
coming up
that.
the surface.
It's at a party. Is it at a party
think
and someone's
so, yeah.
recording it and going, oh shit, and he's just
Yeah.
getting dragged underwater?
And then they dragged the shark on shore, and the dad like beats it to death for killing his son because he's just dead.
What the fuck?
And they like try and rip it open, try and get his son out, but he's already dead.
Aye. Mate, do you know what's a lot more dangerous than sharks at the minute? Orcas.
Yeah.
Or the whales.
Killer whales.
Aye.
Have you seen the group of them, mate?
Yeah.
There's a
Little
group.
packs.
There's a group. I think they said it was 6 orcas,
Yeah.
and one of them's obviously trained another one, and the other one's
Yeah. True.
they've trained each other how to destroy, rudders on boats.
Yeah.
And when they destroy a rudder on boat, they try to tip the boats. But mate, there's 6 of them.
Oh, I've seen
And
You've seen
run
it,
in packs.
and
They swim in, like,
they swim the
synchronisation.
tails and
Yeah.
the
That's
That's what they
waves.
do in the boats.
Yeah.
They're doing that in the boat, and people don't know why. People don't know whether it's, after COVID,
Yeah.
people don't know whether it's because during COVID no one was out,
Yeah.
so they had the
Time to
seas, the
fucking-
oceans to
yeah.
themselves. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And now there's boats back on the waters and shit like that.
They've put
They're
it in
seeing it as
practice.
like you're in my territory.
Yeah.
Or because of us obviously footing the world and all that, they're running low on food source.
Yeah.
And they understand, one of them's obviously had a taste for a person.
Yeah.
Train the other ones, this is how we get them.
Exactly.
Mate, it's...
Because they done that, they do it with when they go on a pack and they go under like shit and they flip up. They done it for, they do it like with a
polar bear on broken ice.
Yeah, polar bear, and they do it for penguins. They use a penguin on an iceberg.
Yeah.
They like go up and they break the iceberg
Break the ice
off.
so they're on it.
Yeah.
And then it just gets smaller and smaller and they just...
This is what you'd see.
Yeah. I have to save this video and send it so I can show these.
When 14 feet killer whales hunt down your boat at full speed.
Right.
You're not getting away from that.
Nah. That guy's following you till home.
There's two.
Oh,
they're coming for that boat.
Oh no. Oh, and they're getting closer.
I reckon they'll just be scoping it out there. Mate, that could catch it if it wanted to.
The speed of that, like, it's amazing.
Right. That's coming at you, mate. No doubt about it, you're fucked.
Save that video.
Aye. But it's... You don't understand. It's them ones.
Orcas, also known as killer whales, have attacked and sunk at least 3 boats and yachts along the coast of Spain, and they appear to be teaching others to do it too.
This was in the past, like, I think it was in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I think 4 or 5 boats had all been attacked by these orcas,
Scientists
so they've
think the
obviously
violent
trained
behavior
themselves quick,
started with
you
a
know what I
single
mean?
orca, but is now spreading. The reason behind the seemingly coordinated attacks has been a mystery, but one expert believes the reason is simple: revenge. Alfredo Lopez Fernandez, a biologist at the University of Aveiro in Portugal, says a female orca named White Gladys may have suffered a critical moment of agony, such as colliding with a boat or being trapped during illegal fishing activities. This event may have traumatized her and caused her to start charging at other boats. Because orcas are extremely sociable animals, they could be passing on the behavior. White Gladys appears to have taught this aggressive behavior.
So, this one killer whale that's been hit by a boat has gone out and thought, fuck this isn't happening again.
Exactly.
Like, got this group of 6 other whales and right, we'll sort this out.
Yeah.
In the army, that's scary, do you not think?
Like,
They've just said to each other, right, we'll get these.
Yeah.
What do you think you're safe on the boat? And then
Oh, mate, you're fucking
That
helpless.
is fucked.
Have you seen the video?
What are you gonna do?
That it's a boat, the shark fishing. In the size of a boat that you would need for shark fishing is big. In this shark that they pull up next to it, great white, is about 4 times the size of the boat. And you're thinking, they went out knowing fine well they were going to catch a shark, but the size of that fucker.
It's like a dinghy.
Yeah, when you're looking next, like, it's not even a dinghy, it's a big boat.
Yeah, but it's
the
not
shark
big
is
enough.
a bigger
Your
shark.
life there, aren't you?
Exactly. Exactly.
See, like, if you fell in there, you're over.
Yeah.
Over within
no escaping the
seconds.
shark, is there?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think that would be a hard fucking way to die. That
I've seen on the oil rigs, right? Obviously, they're in the middle of the sea, and the men get like a huge bin full of meat.
I've seen
And
that.
they
Chuck
pour it
it
out,
in.
and the sharks all come up. You see them flipping around, and they pour it all in, and they go absolutely berserk.
There's fucking like at least 50 of them like flopping
Yeah.
about underneath this oil rig.
But, like, imagine falling
this,
in there.
I'm gonna say, this is one of the scariest videos I've ever seen because it's realistic as well.
Yeah. What's it about?
It's sharks.
Yeah.
Sharks attacking each other,
Oh.
but
You seen like when the monkeys attack each other?
Yeah. You see the monkeys that attack the owners when they get big pet monkeys?
Yeah.
There was like a video call to like a friend ringing the police.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
our friend was getting her face
That's a
ripped open
fucking
by-
harrowing call.
But
That.
isn't it? You hear her screaming in the
Yeah.
background and eventually stops because she dies.
Oh. And it was
Honestly.
the monkey was called like George or something.
Yeah.
He was like going, George, no.
Yeah.
And it was like,
It's probably the monkey's screaming and the last is
yeah,
screaming.
and you
then
can hear
eventually-
the monkey
There.
screams like make you twist.
this is sort of off an oil rig, as you were saying.
Yeah. Fuck.
So he's obviously just put his phone in the water, and this is what he's seen:
Is that a hammerhead?
Hammerhead.
great white and a hammerhead shark.
Oh no, it's got no chance. It's tiny compared to it.
Like, that's just happening underneath you. Look at the size of the fucker. That's scary, that, isn't it?
Yeah.
If you fall in there, you are fucked.
It's like a whole different world.
Aye. That would be the scariest thing ever. In water especially, you're helpless.
I know.
You're helpless. If you're in
Fucking
water, your punches don't work, your legs don't work.
Get more exhausted faster.
Exactly.
Like grabbing and twisted on you.
And this thing's just coming towards you slow.
Yeah.
And you're just sitting in the water. You get told to just tuck up like that.
You get told it's a.
You're just an easier option.
I know.
You know what I mean?
People say
One
punch
bite.
him in the nose as well.
But how can you punch him? You can't punch underwater, it's hard.
And now you gotta like go close and do
That's
it.
it. Have you seen how easy it is when people just flip them though?
Yeah.
You just change the direction. You grab it by the nose and just change the direction.
Videos and like a shark comes over and
you just push it. But I think it would be a lot harder when it's like a 15-foot great white shark and its mouth is as big as you. You couldn't really just touch it in its nose and move. You know what I mean?
Would you go in one of them shark cages where you can like?
No.
Nah, you've seen them. They've started to get them open. You know.
Well, really?
Yeah. They've started to not trying to bite it, but they've started
just going straight through it.
Yeah, and it's like prying it open, and the lock just pops and.
They're not, mate. Animals aren't stupid.
Nah.
If a great white wanted to get into one of them boxes, and if you were sat in there for long enough, it would be able to.
Figure it out. Pretty fast.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I wouldn't do it myself because you're asking for it. Then you know what I mean. You can't dance with the devil.
It'd be a mint experience, like seeing it shot right there.
Like a safe version.
It's just the fear of like.
What if
that cage pops loose in the door?
Exactly.
So then people that get put in the boxes with the bears. Have you seen that?
Yeah.
Plastic box with the bear.
And it goes at it.
If that bear was hungry, it could get in a plastic box.
Would be
it can get inside of a tree, no matter a plastic box. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Exactly.
But see, it's what we were saying before about these animals. What's the biggest animal you could bite, basically?
Oh, yeah. What would you go up against?
What would it be? You couldn't just say a rhino. You couldn't say a fucking horse.
Nah. Might be able to outsmart them, but you wouldn't be able to fight them.
Yeah. Even that.
What do you think about a
brute
cheetah?
strength? I think would outdo.
Yeah.
Smart.
Yeah.
What do you think about a cheetah?
Cheetahs run like 70 miles an hour.
Yeah, cheetahs run.
But
have you seen what happens if a cheetah ran into a person and grabbed them?
No.
It would cut them in half.
Fucking hell.
They go so fast.
So have you seen them guard dogs where they run into the people and the people have, and it just takes them. It just takes them. If a cheetah did that to you, grabbed your arm, it would pull your arm off.
Pull it off.
Yeah.
I don't know then. What?
I think the biggest thing would probably be, realistically...
I think a cow.
Do you think if a cow wanted you, it would have you? Like?
Nah, fuck that, mate. Chin it. What's it going to do? Punch you back?
I would. Don't cows kick?
Just fucking milk it to them.
Milk it, you know.
I just stand up. That's a barnyard.
That's like having GF thing between us. No way to lie. Start shooting milk from its tits.
I think that'd be a life-changing scenario.
I know. From a different perspective.
I'm sure a cow would just kick you though, wouldn't it?
Maybe,
it would just
yeah.
welly you. And if a horse kicks you, it puts a hole in your chest.
Exactly. Do you reckon you could box a kangaroo? Do you reckon you could do a kangaroo?
Seen how easy that bloke punched the kangaroo?
But they do like martial arts. They stand on the
They
tails.
do,
and the people jump up and kick you, and
they
then the legs
they push you. Like, they don't punch you, they just push you.
Have you seen the videos of them like boxing each other?
Square up and
they hit each other hard.
Yeah.
You've seen the bloke where he just nuts it.
Yeah,
like when he jabs it and it just hits
the head.
It's like fucking
he stuns. He gets stunned. It's just
he's still up like that, isn't he? Like, and they're like really intimidating because they're like that. They stand like that, don't they?
The hard little.
Have you seen them?
You've seen the muscle.
Yeah.
How much muscle they're built of.
They've got like
pure muscle. If it hits you with its tail, apparently its tail can do a lot of damage.
It's like a whip, innit?
It's just like a solid bone.
Mate, it's weird how how things like that were created. Why has it got that tail?
I know.
Why is a kangaroo a thing?
Why does its like fucking kids live in its pouch?
How's it got a pouch? Saying that, we did.
Yeah.
Aye, true.
That's just a different way.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And frogs do as well, I'm sure.
Aye.
Frogs, like, there's a...
What about spawn?
Exactly. There was a frog, and I remember seeing this, and it's a fear. It's a big fear. It's got holes in its back where the baby frogs live. And obviously when these baby frogs grow older, the little one dies and they eat it from the inside. From the outside, just in. Mate, and it's fucking ill. Just these holes in the top of this frog.
What's that fear called where it's like holes?
Holes.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
It's like
Trypophobia or something.
It's horrible. It's like... Oh, sorry. I seen a video, a picture when I was younger. I think it was when I was 8 or something. And it was... Do you know when people do the art on your body, so it makes it look like you've got scars and scratches?
Yeah.
They put this one here. They put this one here, and it looked like a hive, with like these worms just sticking out. Like, and it was just holes in your arm.
Yeah.
Mate, and I had a fear for I think years of my life.
Of it.
I used to always look at my shoulder. Like, do you know when I used to when you start getting like freckles or spots and that, I used to think, oh fuck, like I would properly scare myself. And it was something that haunted, something stupid but I would say that I definitely had that fear before. I don't think I would now. I don't think I do now because I've seen them pictures.
You seen like there's a video of like a dog who had like they had parasite worms,
maggots.
I've seen. And they had them little hive holes everywhere of its body. Like the doctor Went
ill.
on squeezing its skin
It was
everywhere.
popping out.
He was
and it
popping
all
out.
pop
The dog would be dead at that
Yeah,
point.
it's like,
Yeah,
what's
big
the
time.
value?
Yeah.
But there's another one, right? It's like obviously speaking of like maggots and all that shit. I was like watching this thing and it was like 3 realities how zombies could be possible.
Mhm.
Obviously there was the normal viruses, all that shit, but there was one. It was this insect, right? A parasite. And first it'll start off in an ant, and it'll make its way to a spider. So what it'll do, it'll like get
I've
in
seen
you
that.
and it'll infect the ant's brain.
It's a fungus,
to
isn't it?
go to go and kill to go and infect other prey, so it'll just sacrifice itself. So when it's in its stomach, then that parasite will go to that brain, right? And then when it gets to a spider, the ultimate goal is a bird. So that's why pigeons and all that shit. Anyways,
Yeah.
so it'll go up on a ledge, right? And it'll just go in the most open spot. And when it gets to where it's happy with, it'll make the host's body just lock. And then when it's got fucking ate by a pigeon, it controls the fucking pigeon.
That is an
So
actual
on.
virus.
Yeah,
It is a thing,
Mhm.
and it's been found in the ants, hasn't it?
Yeah,
It's a fungus that like
not
like
a parasite.
The ants eat the bird shit which has the fungus in it from the cycle.
That's horrid.
And
that.
it grows out the skin out the back.
Yeah, it
Like
literally
a-
grows
and
out
like
of them.
hives and shit.
Yeah, and like when an ant dies, like the fungus just grows in the ant's body.
You know what it is?
Like,
That could spread like that.
Have you seen The Last of Us?
Yes.
That's what it's like.
Is that what it's?
Because when it doesn't complete the cycle, so it doesn't get to the spider, and the fungus has worn off, it'll kill the thing, die, and then it'll sprout this lovely looking flower, and then that's how it'll get like a wasp or a bee.
And then it'll just continue the cycle. That's weird, isn't it?
It's the spores that like fungus release as well. It's like it's in the air. If you breathe that shit in, it
Yeah,
gets
it's it,
attached in your
yeah.
lungs and that you just get fucked.
That'd be a horrible way to die. That from the inside out. is
Yeah.
what-
It would. But I think we've done what we're coming up on nearly an hour and 40 minutes. I think probably it's time to call it a day. to be honest. Yeah,
That was a good session.
been a
man.
good
I love
session.
that. Really
Would have been
good.
better if Alex stayed, but you know the businessman and opportunity
bad,
guy he is. So
stay on his grind.
Exactly. So call it a day there.
We'll call it a day. We'll call it a day. We are.
Anyways, well, we'll
Spot
see
on.
you in a bit.
See yous later.
Everybody put on your dancing pants. Everybody's looking at the handsome man. He rocked up to the party in a camper van. Strength in the arms that you can't pretend don't exist cause it do, man. I'm assuming it's just the shrooms, and now it's been about an hour. I'm losing track of time. I took the pills.